Howdy, how, folks. Hope everybody's having a good day today. Hope everybody's having a good day today. Yesterday was an entertaining day, that was for sure. Ah, God, that Adam something thing. The funny thing is I was talking to a friend who offline friend to say IRL, and I mentioned, like, hey, yeah, I made a video about this guy called Adam something, and he's like, oh, so what's his YouTube handle? I went, well, that's Adam something. He went, well, you kind of got to give me the last part of it, right? Like, come on, you got to remember it. I went, no, it's Adam something. He went, okay, you don't remember what the second half of it was? I'm like, no, it's Adam something. And I literally looked it up for him and showed him. He's like, oh! So dumb. This is dumb, but it was funny. Anywho, today we're going to be continuing to play some Warhammer Online. By the way, I checked my stream settings. Apparently, my last stream was set to 30 FPS, and I don't know if that setting has been there for more than a couple streams, so I'm going to apologize if a lot of the past few streams I've done have been at 30 FPS. I don't know why my OBS was set to 30 FPS and not 60 FPS, but we adapt. Alright, here we are. We are back in the game. Splendid. Alright, so like last time, we're gonna progress through the story, progress through the questing, hopefully level up to a bit, and I really want to get to the PvP stuff. I really want to get to the PvP stuff. So, I don't think we'll take too long. Technically, I guess we already did in a small scale, but I'd like to get into more of the PvP today. Also, like last time, I'm only gonna say this a couple times in the stream, not to berate y'all, but if you guys have any videos or any kind of content on YouTube you'd like me to watch, it doesn't have to be a specific category. I would prefer if you ask me to react to stuff you think I might have to commentate on or might have a good take on. But yeah, if you guys have a video you want me to check out, just let me know in the chat. You don't need to super chat it or anything. You don't need to do anything like that. Just any kind of content like that. I know I got one video I want to check out today. Because I was curious about the history of Warhammer Online. Because like I said in the last stream, I never played this. This is one of the few MMOs I didn't even try and play back in the day. And to be fair, I think this game came out around the same time that Wrath did. And there was no way in hell you were going to be able to get me to play or touch anything other than World of Warcraft during that time. I am and was such a huge fan of Warcraft 3. Nah, you were not gonna get me away from WoW when Wrath came out. No, I needed to see Arthas, I needed to see the Frozen Throne, I needed to do some shit. So. But anyway, let's see what I got for quests here. I don't remember exactly what. Collect Gutwood. Cross the bridge on the west side of Snottus. What? Oh, okay. We got a question closer by than that for now. Let's do that first. Hey, Telcree, welcome to the stream. First in. Hey, Nico, what's up? Shall we wow? Now or wow later? We're gonna whoa now. I love me some wow. Sante, come here. Note to self. Wait, hold on. Let me switch that with 2. Put that thing. Okay, there we go. I am gonna have to. Hold on, can I? Oh, hello. You're rude. Alright, what was I saying? Oh, yes. Let me take your shite. There we are. Alright, so I wanted to see. Customize interface. Let's go with that. Interface. Your general? It's user settings. Oh shoot! Never mind. We'll do that. We'll do that later. We'll do that later. Yeah, I just wanted to expand. I wanted to see if I could expand my action bars down here, but doesn't seem like that's gonna. For right this second, it's not gonna be a thing. Hello. Look at this. The mobs are actually a lot more aggressive than last time. I can't remember if that was a glitch or something. But last time I streamed, like, I had to, like, start every fight, and sometimes I would attack an NPC and they wouldn't attack me back. Alright, so I need to get Cargill the Grim. Cargill. I'm assuming that's the boss of this here base. Don't mind me, stunties. I'll be moving around you. Oi! Oh, you hit me. Bastard! Found him. How's shooting me work out for you? Oh, it didn't. Crazy. Alright, so we got Cargill's head. Let's mosey on back then. The boss will be so happy with me. I got the head of the Sunty. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to fight these guys. Oh. Hey, they give me this stuff. On a scale of D to Daka, how has the experience been so far? So far with this game, I like it. I will say this: if you're familiar with World of Warcraft and you played that for any amount of time, this will feel similar, very similar. If you start playing it. Mechanically speaking. Also questing speaking. I've been enjoying it. I will say I'm not in love with it as of yet. And like I said, I'm enjoying it, but I definitely got to give it more time to kind of set in, getting used to systems. And again, knowing that PvP is a big emphasis in this game, I would like to get to that before I make any kind of conclusive, like, impressions. With an MMO, I'm not even far enough in yet to give a first impressions yet. But initial foray, it's enjoyable. I'm having fun. Again, I do like it, having been a WoW player for so many years. I'm just curious how it's going to feel as I progress. Because leveling's one thing, endgame is a big thing, and of course with the PvP being a huge element in this game, that's going to be a huge deciding factor on how much I enjoy it overall as well, I think. But that's so far. Ah, you stupid little. Would you stop cowering? You're making the boss look bad. And me look bad by connection. I'll crump you. Alright, so... what did I turn this into? When finish travel west... when finish travel west... ah, okay. Gotta go to the big... gotta go across the bridge now. Alright, so now that I'm in a safe area, though, let me see if we can... general... okay, at least they have an interface editor, that's good. Can I add a second action bar? Hold on. Always the fun part, trying to figure out the UI in the interface. I don't think that's it. What are options? Whoop. Okay. Oh, okay, there we go. Much better. Downside is the chat's in the way now. Let's try and lower that to 10 buttons? Yeah, we'll do 10 buttons on that side. Est Parum, welcome to the stream. Kroks versus Hobgoblins. I would say Kroks would win that. Fascist question mark. Oh, you're referencing the video? I have a feeling that's going to be brought up by at least a few people. Fascist, like, seriously. Is that, like, the only authoritarian group that lefties, like, Adam something are aware of? It feels like it at the time whenever they talk. Because that's the words they constantly use, right? Nazi fascist, Nazi fascist, Nazi fascist, Nazi fascist, Nazi fascist, Nazi fascist. At some point you're just like, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Because, you know, it has no substance to it after a while. And being called a fascist or a Nazi nowadays just basically means you're right. Not because you believe in Nazism or fascism, it's because whatever you're saying, the person can't argue with. So they're just breaking down to labeling you shit. Let's do that. So I do not know if it still have it, but the game used to have unit collision, which was pretty nice since you could make a shield wall at choke points in PvP. I'm actually curious to test that out, so thank you for telling me that. Oh, that'd be so cool to do a shield wall, dude. That would make being like a warrior like. I'm sorry, like not to relate everything back to WoW, but like. That was one of my biggest peeves with PvP in World of Warcraft in the open world is unit collision really wasn't a thing. So when it came to like big battles and stuff like that, you could like run through people or run. I don't know if it was always like that, but like I'm trying to look back at my memory if in vanilla or TBC it was different from that. But I know definitely in my open world PvP experience in Wrath, I don't remember there being any kind of collision. So you couldn't do cool shit like that with like shield walls and stuff because that wouldn't have blocked anybody from moving in. That would have been fucking awesome. So if that is a thing in this, that'd be cool. I'm sure some people would have a problem with it, but okay, they're two separate bars. Can I shrink the chat? Yeah, okay, I can shrink the chat. There we go. Just trying to fit everything on the screen. Okay, there we go. And I definitely need to change the key maps there. Again, sorry for like the delay in the gameplay here a little bit, but I just want to fix this. Oh. I think I already had shift Q, didn't I? Yes, I did. Whoops. Crap. Key mapping. It's so much fun. More like Adam Nothing, am I right? I mean, there's really nothing going on up there in his noggin. There is something that is concerning to me about the confidence of his video. And it's not nothing to do with him directly. What scares me about the confidence he displays with his shit, because what it tells me is that he's not alone. Like, there's no way you get that confident in being that wrong without you being in an environment where that is like the norm. So he's clearly in some kind of echo chamber. I know that later in the video he mentioned like supporting Sigmarxism. So he's definitely in that group, which is an echo chamber, which would be parroting and telling him all those dumb points that he thought was good. Again, that's extremely scary that he thought any of that was good. But holy crap. Good God. Like I had such a hard time making it through that video. Both the first time when I just wanted to preview it before I recorded my response to it, it was so bad. Now, one thing I regret about my video though, addressing it, is I should have hit on his Starship Troopers stuff a bit more, but I wasn't super confident in my Starship Troopers backdrop because I'm only familiar with the movies. I've seen all the movies, but I'm not familiar with the books at all. But I feel like I still could have hit him on a few of those points a bit more than I did. So I wish I had held him to task a bit more on the Starship Troopers front. But at the end of the day, I'm a 40K channel, so I do need to focus on that side of things. And yeah. So the video overall, I did what I wanted to with it. I pointed out how much of a dumbass he was, and that was the easiest W I've ever gotten in my life. Like, sometimes they just make it too easy. Alright, what do we want to do here? Shift R. Let's try that. Alright, we'll try that little mix of numbers right there. Is it just me or is there like no music going on right now? Let me just sound. Is music's enabled, but there's no music playing. I'm gonna put on some tunes in the background. Because it's weird that there's like no audio, like no music cues right now. I am gonna lower the volume a bit. Oops. After all, it's supposed to be ambient music. Alright, open. There we go. Anywho, wait. Actually, do I have any junk I would like to sell? I have pauldrons? Oh, you filthy gits! I got me some shoulder protection. Look at me. Oh, I just cannon. That's cool. It's robes, medium armor. Oh, I actually had several shoulder paddings in here. Okay. Alright, I guess I should check my inventory more. I didn't think they dropped anything like that. I think I'm good on all other ways, but damn, I got me some shoulder pads now. I feel special. Let's also sell some shite. Alright, what you got now? Alright, I'm gonna keep the dye. Vejun, welcome to the stream. I'd say this game has the best soundtrack of any Warhammer game, one of the biggest highlights of this old MMO. I'll take your word for it. All I just noticed is that there was no music playing in the ambience as I was moving around, so I decided to put on some some Taverns of Azeroth in the background while I am moving about, because there was no music playing. I'm sure during like certain sequences though, I can believe pretty easily it's got some awesome music. I cannot seem to sell me well-worn pants. Alright, so I can't sell my native gear. Alright, there we go. Well, cleared up some of the old inventory. Alright, where are we at? Okay, so now we're moving to the next area. Me orc is such a cunning little bloke, isn't he? He got the bright yellow pauldrons, bright yellow pauldrons. Hey lads, I got some pauldrons. Aren't they so special? You don't have any. You're not as special as me. Gorkin Morka happy with me. Gorkin hope I'm making. Was there any trouble getting the game and starting it? There was a little bit of trouble. But for the trouble, I think, was because I just didn't have any space on my C drive where I downloaded the launcher. So I had to like move everything to my E drive to fit it. Outside of that, no, I haven't had any issues thus far that I can tell.
Think you can do it?
Please help me, boss. They took me shirt and told me they only gives it back if I send them new ones to learn about the gathering skills. Can you go talk to them so I can have me shirt back?
Get on with it.
Okay, so
Hey, what are you looking at?
we're gonna do some gathering skills
This is the job.
and crafting.
You better do it good.
Professions. I collect gutwood. Also, yeah, I guess I should do that while I'm in the woods. Dave Davison, welcome.
Oi, I heard there's good crumping round here. There certainly is, lad. There certainly is. More King Gork will be happy with us today.
Oh, well, hello. Gritzik. Friendly. Wait, are you a player? I cannot tell. Nope, NPC.
What you doing? You having fun, lad? I was having fun. Okay, good day.
Alright. So what level am I? I'm level 6 right now. Okay. Alright, so how do I get to the wood? Do I just harvest a tree? Cross the bridge to the west side of Snout's Pins and search the shore. Oh, okay, shore of Sharpshore. That's the shore for it. Shore. Yui Kagane, welcome to the stream. Yo, what up, people? What up? How you doing? I'm playing a little bit of Warhammer Age of Reckoning. Well, technically, Return of Reckoning is the name of this. That is the name of the private server, but the MMO, when it was around, was called Age of Reckoning. Sounds so sludgy. Fittings, given it's right next to orcs. It's not hard to imagine. Okay, I'm searching the shore. Wangus! What? Apologies if I did not say that correctly, but it looks like it says Wangus. I like how his shoulders are higher than the top of his head. I know, right? It's that slouch position that orcs, the best of the orcs always had. It's always what made them orcs, you know, the head that slouch and their heads would like hang down low. If anything, it makes it look like their chest is up here and the head is actually coming out of their torso. Well, I guess all heads are coming out of the torso. But you know what I mean. It comes like it's out of like the pectoral area.
It's a proper orc.
Asmo, saw your vid on the tourist. Everyone's destroying him. Yeah, I owe Wheezy Pillar for letting me know that that even was around. Can you dye your armor on an NPC vendor if you want to turn... Oh, you can. Right, I thought you... you can dye your armor on any NPC vendor if you want to tone down the neon yellow. Well, the only color I have to dye with is goblin green, which is still pretty bright, but I don't mind the neon yellow. I mean, with orcs, like, mismatched colorations and, like, crazy stuff like that fits. It always has for the good old orkies. Just gonna... Damn, you are barely taking any damage. Come back here. Oh, I'm gonna move that back. I just realized I need to fix one keybind. Because I left it blank. Actually, we'll put that back there. We'll leave that one blank at the end. There we go.
In this purple, they won't see you coming.
True. If I can find a purple dye, that would be awesome. For those who don't know, with my orc army for 40k, well, the theme is purple. The clan is Death Skulls, and I know Death Skulls are technically supposed to be blue, but I don't like blue. Blue's not... I don't love the color of blue. I love purple, so that was my compromise. But my Death Skulls army are painted purple. It's always been a thing. Someone actually got me on my my response video to Adam something. Because someone was like, hey, they showed the timestamp of when my orcs were on screen, or that I was holding, and he's like, hey, I can't see anything. What are you tapping? I fell for it because I was like, oh shoot, maybe this guy actually can't see his screen very well or can't see what was going on. So I actually typed the response of, oh, I was holding my orc miniatures at that time, and then after he replied to me this morning saying, yeah, they're painted purple, huh? I'm like, ah, fuck, he got me. You son. It's given how many times people pull that on me every time I paint my orcs, you think I'd be able to, like, just instinctually know people are fucking with me when they do it. Still catches me off guard. It's funny, though. Alright, so we're looking for Gutwood. Assuming safely it's not up there. Cross the bridge on the west side of Snout's Pens and search the shore of Sharpthorn Wood for tenacious Sharpthorn spites. Kill one. Okay, we're looking for spites. Spites. That's a Sharpthorn piglet. It's a ridgeback. We're looking for spites.
Do you know where the spites are, little one? Oi, don't you run away from me. Do you know where they are? Stupid piggy. Not as smart as orcsies. Very annoying.
Theme is what army you mean? What? Oh wait, hold on. Ah, there they are. Sharpthorn spite. Alright, here we go. Oh wait, come here. Alright, what exactly is a spite? Looks like a goblin. Kind of. Wait, did I just increase it? Oh, that's right, the berserk. You increase the size of the berserk. Yeah, sure. I'm not sure what a spite is. Maybe it's like a wood. That sound.
I smash these, and you gives me woods. You and me, give me your wood. Mine. Okay, he did not have any wood on him. That was rude. Do you have wood on you? You better have wood on you. Come here. Oh, you be running away from me. Did you have anything on you? You did not. Damn. A proper smashing. Indeed. Gotta smash all the gates. Okay. None of them have dropped gutwood yet. I guess we just keep killing them till they do. Gimme. Killing this one for extra credit. I got some XP from that. That was nice. Alright, so none of them dropped any wood. What? Rebelling orcs? That won't do. Got to tell the boss. You should have shot what armor. The invisible one right there. See, it still gets me. I fucking hate it. Give me the wood. You did not give me wood. Rude bastard. No, Charlton Spites. Bye. Yeah. Drop your shit. Now. None of them are dropping any wood. That was green, wasn't it? Ooh. Oh, okay. I was trying to equip it, but that's for black orcs. Damn. Spites are akin to fairies and spirits of the forest. Ah, okay. Wait, really? Huh. I guess that fits why they would be around a dryad. Or a, a dryasta. I suppose I just gotta keep killing them until they drop some wood. Alright, let me aggro a couple of them and kill 2 birds, 1 stone, that kind of thing. Might have bought off more than I should have chewed there. Ah, shit. Yeah, okay, fuck. I got too big for me britches. It does feel nice to be able to die though. At like while questing. I know that sounds strange. Oh, hello. Hello.
Who's your boss? Go throw yourself at a wall.
Alright. But, you know, most MMOs nowadays, that's probably my biggest complaint is how easy they've become. Questing in games like World of Warcraft, SWTOR in particular. SWTOR is like the biggest MMO that's guilty of this. But, even FF14, as much as I like that game, like every major MMO on the market I could think of, Did you just say throw yourself at a wall? Yes, he did.
Hey, they're a very lovely bunch. Very welcoming, very appreciative.
Oh, I can
Get over here.
I've got something for you to do.
kill
I
collectors.
got no shinies. No shinies at all, boss. Sling your hook.
Awesome. Yeah.
Well, it's very orky. Oh, get out you gate. Throw yourself a wall and die.
That's how orcs say they love each other. You know, it's a very brotherly thing. Alright, where? Okay, that's where it spawned me. Got it. More is better. I don't entirely agree, but welcome, Archmagus Reductor Sethrin.
Gork is my favourite. Don't tell Sethrin. I like.
Don't let that get lie.
He's got shinies.
Hey,
Come to me, you little. There he is.
alright, so we're going wrong direction. That horse is fucking ready. Alright, let me head back this way. Cursed horse. It's nice to just enjoy the simple things sometimes. It really is. And ironically, when you're playing an orc, that's just fitting. But generally speaking, it's the little things in life that just make it all worthwhile. Alright, so let's see if we can go back to those sprites in the woods and get my damn logs. Now, that's a tenacious spite, I believe. Oh, look, another player.
Hello, Zogzester. Goodbye, Zogzester. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Alright, so I'm supposed to get him from tenacious sharp thorn spite. Okay.
You little bastards. Come here.
Oh, we got the gutwood. And it looks like some boots. Boots, specifically not for me.
Orky shade.
Alright, so we got that quest. Is there anything else in the area? Oh, hello. There's a public quest.
Let's go address that one, shall we?
That bug is still around. I'm wondering if the dirt scooping wolf mount is still a thing. What bug? The horses are the best shrooms. Alright, so what's this public event? Normal public quest, ranks 3 to 4, normal rewards, designed for 3 to 6 players. Okay. There's one player over there. Oh, animation bug in the OG game. Good shit. What's animation?
You got this, boss. I believes in you. We did's good, lads. We KRUMPed him. Oh, damn.
Welcome. Ping not so bad on this server for you. It was a couple days ago when I first started streaming the game. Yeah, fun fact, this is stream number 2. I'm not numbering them because I just don't feel like it. But yeah, the first stream there was some connectivity issues. It was pretty much it was solely while I was in a cave. And yeah, outside of that, there wasn't any issues, if I'm recalling correctly. That's right, to kill vengeful dryads. It's the spirit of the woods, not a vengeful dryad. Where's the vengeful dryad? But outside of that, like, cave area I was in, where, like, the trees chopped.
Kill him, lads! Grab him good! Dorking Mork will see us this day!
Ammo.
Die already, you bastard!
Oh, hey. Hi, Ma. Hey, hello. One of my eyes. Got it.
Hey, what I get from the chest?
That's gonna roll in 5, 4, 3,
2, 1.
Oh, it was number 2. Okay, I agree. I won a greater loot bag. Open the chest to receive your reward. Oh, okay, it's already in there.
Alright, what do I get?
War token. These can be used to trade for public quests, armor pieces, and crafting supplies. Ooh. Thinking about getting that ring. Is there anything else I want? Yeah, I'll get the ring.
Splendid.
I don't remember what button was. P. What do I? Yeah, P for player. I gotta keep remembering that. Jury. There we are. Oh, that's right, first chosen. Got it. You can join a random BG by clicking the orange skull next to the minimap if you want to try some PvP. Join scenario queue? Is that it? Am I the right level for that? Or does it not matter? I'm asking because I am very new at this.
Do 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 do.
PvP should be interesting. I mean, I know that was the main design focus of this MMO back in the day, was very much a PvP focused MMO. At any level. At any level. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Right, let me turn in some of these quests and then I'll do just that. I gotta speak to a bunch of people. As well while I'm in town. Do 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 do. Grok! I got shit!
Get on with it!
there. Go ahead,
There's a lot of
sunface.
quests.
What you want?
$50? Well, that's daylight robbery, that is.
Get on with it.
That's a little bit nicer. La 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 la.
You could also wander into the open PvP zone. What's the open PvP zone? Oh, I'm already maxed level for the zone. Never played the remake since the hate my ISP for some reason. I heard they reconstructed the game very well, including unfinished stuff that was in the game files. I mean, I having not played the original, I can't speak to any of that. I can just simply showcase what is there. I will say this: I opened the game today, and I got an important message thing that popped up. Sorry, it's just on the side here. Language system. The handle is invalid. Return a reckoning user settings system. At first, I didn't think the game would launch when that popped up, but the game is launched just fine. It's doing fine. I'm not sure what any of that means. Next time you pick up a mushroom, call it Mama. Mama, I'm doing well, Mama. Never played. I almost reread that. Played the original for 3 years. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, this is one of those MMOs I never got to try out. I played. You guys know, 16, 17 years of World of Warcraft straight. I played a little bit of Guild Wars 2. I played Neverwinter. I played SWTOR. I played Star Wars Galaxies at the very tail end of that lifespan. I played City of Heroes and Villains. Played that. I played a lot of MMOs. This is one of the few that I never even thought to get into at the time when I was younger. And to be fair to me and the game, when this game came out, Wrath of the Lich King was going on, I'm pretty sure, so I didn't give a damn about any other video game except WoW during this era when this game came out. But fun. So much that I basically only played this, mostly PvP. Okay. Alright, so before we try out the PvP, I did want to check something out. So we're gonna switch views real quick. Assuming no one can pull this over. Boom. Alrighty then. So I wanted to check some stuff out. I gotta make a custom like little chat box there at some point. Anyway, so I wanted to check this video out. It's from Mad Season Show. It's the rise and fall of Warhammer Online. I also click the record. I'm also before I click the record button, just want to let you guys know that this is a thing I do on these streams now going forward. Is if you guys have like a video you guys want me to check out, whether it's related to the game being played, you know, that would always be nice, or it's just related to like other things in like nerddom you might want me to check out or look at, or this, that, or the other. Feel free to request it in the chat. It doesn't, you know, I'm not going to do a super chat requirement or anything like that. No, just, you know, if you have something you want me to check out, just, you know, throw it out at any point. If you're over on my Discords, you know, shoot me a DM if you want me to check something out. This is entirely just no one asked me to watch this one. I saw it in my recommendeds a while back after I started playing this game, and I wanted to watch it because I do like Mad Season Show. I really do like him. He's from my WoW days of content creators. So yeah, I think that's the only like little onboarding I want to do. So I'm about to click record. So I'm about to get into like video recording mode. So if it's, keep in mind, I'm gonna do like an intro and an outro for the reactions. So for anyone weirded out by that, just so you know, when the reaction ends and I say, you know, see ya, goodbye, it's not the end of the stream. It's just the end of that little recording segment. All right, so I'm gonna start recording in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Asmogan, and I'm currently live right now here on YouTube, and I am live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between the hours of 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I go for a couple hours. On these streams, I like to do these little reactions and stuff if people should request them. Sometimes I'll throw in my own thing that I wanted to check out, and I think it would be fun to do a reaction of. But generally speaking, if you guys want me to check anything out, feel free to leave a comment on the videos of the reactions or come to these streams, hang out. I play games. Today I'm playing Warhammer Age of Reckoning or Return to Reckoning, which is the private server. Yeah, all that fun stuff. Hope you guys enjoy the reaction, and also make sure you watch the original video that is reacted to by any reactor first. I like to throw that out there. This is from Mad Season Show. The video will be linked to the description as well as his channel. Please support him. He's an awesome guy, and I certainly appreciate his videos from my days when I was very much a WoW player. Not so much these days, but regardless, wanted to check this out. So let's get underway.
War is everywhere. Faced with certain doom, elves, men, and dwarves have united their forces to form an alliance of order. This is the dawn of a new age. An age where the fate of nations will be forged in the fires of war. This is the age of reckoning.
I think I've seen one of the trailers, well, at least I know I've seen one trailer for Warhammer Online. It's the one where the orc got flung by a catapult and splatted against the wall. Yeah, that was funny. Kenix OST is based? Yes, it is.
The year is 2008. World of
I've
Warcraft
used this
firmly
OST
brought
so many
the
times in
most
videos.
niche MMORPG genre into the mainstream. News channels are making documentaries about how it's destroying the youth. People are selling their bodies for gold to buy flying mount training, and Warhammer says, I gotta get in on that. The MMO part, not the...
It's amazing. Yeah, I remember that was... I remember the forums back in the day. Hell, in-game chats about the girl who was trying to sell her body for the flying training. That was... I didn't believe that when I first heard that story. I heard that from a guild mate, and he was like, dude, no, it's legit. Look up like the forums. People got screenshots. I'm like, nah, that ain't real. Looked it up. Sure as hell fucking was real. I was like, fucking hell, man. That's commitment. You gotta respect the hustle. It's like... My body, flying mounts. Shit, let's do it. Fucking A. But that aside, it's interesting how the media has always been attacking like games, gamers, and like the nerd side of culture. Was she hot though? No. In my opinion, no. No offense to her, but no. But it's interesting how like the media has always kind of like attacked like video games and nerd stuff for years. And it's been a consistent thing throughout. The only thing that's changed is the angle of attack. Like these days now, like back in the day, it was like Christian fundamentalist evangelical types, right? And listen, I am a Christian, but I wouldn't consider myself anywhere near on the like lines of crazy that a lot of they were. Like I understand there's fiction and reality, and I understand that a good chunk of people, if not most people, understand, you know, reality, fiction. They're separate. But apparently, the media is obsessed with the thought that that's not the case. But yeah, it's just years and years of that crap. Like the Jack Thompson types, right? It's like, oh, you know, the video games will turn all these kids and these young men into gangbangers and killers, and the Jesus can't be found anymore with these. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like... You don't know what you're talking about. Fuck off. we know the difference, okay? Like, it's just insane. I'm lucky. My parents totally got it. Like, my whole family played World of Warcraft between, like, you know, vanilla, TBC, and Wrath. Like, my mom played a human priest of Orc. She liked to do healing. My dad played a human warrior. I played an orc warrior and a human warrior primarily until Wrath of the Lich King. Then I switched to Death Knight. My sister played a Night Elf rogue. Shocker, I know. You know, like my whole family was into gaming during that era, so I got lucky where my family, despite the fact, you know, my mom was like an uber Christian at times, this particular topic never, you know, she never fell for this shit from like the media, so I got lucky in that regard. But I it's still insane that it's still going on today, but instead of it being from like the religion angle and like from evangelical crap, now it's from like, and I'm not going to bring this up all the time, but like it is like from a hyper left perspective. Now it's like, oh, the gamers are sexist and they're racist and they're neo-fascists or whatever the fuck ever. It's like, I'm just hoping at some point in the future we finally get past this line where the media gives up on trying to demonize like video games and Dungeons and Dragons, and it just stops at some point. I'm really hoping we get to that. But anyway, apologies.
Prostitution for in-game currency's part. Warhammer Fantasy was created by Games Workshop in 1983 and is thought by many to be one of the most, if not the most, influential tabletop miniature games of all time.
Oh, hell yeah.
The universe features...
I would argue tabletop-wise, absolutely.
More imbued with a dark and gritty tone where the world is constantly
Granted, I'm biased.
On the edge of apocalyptic chaos. It's this sense of war and destruction in this fantasy setting that has made the IP wildly appealing, and considering Blizzard's success within the MMO genre, it was only inevitable that Warhammer would try their hand. However, Climax Studios, the first studio to try making this adaptation, stumbled, having issues with scaling their vision and integrating the sheer amount of lore into an online framework, leading to its eventual cancellation. When Mythic Entertainment took over, however, they inherited not just the Warhammer IP, but also the high expectations from its fans. But this time, they had experience under their belt.
I will say that, like, you know, I've never been a game developer, but I did take a college course in like 3D animation and graphics design, and I'll tell you, just for like the homework assignments, like the stress, sometimes are like, oh, okay, we want you to like have these like certain like animation stuff, and you have to make everything from the ground up. You can't use any pre-made assets, and we have to use the specific softwares, and like the deadlines they would give you for the project to make it look as good. As fun as those was, I can only imagine the stress of trying to do a full-blown video game just from the 3D angle. Like I don't even know how to do programming. But from 3D, from the 3D art aspect, that I'm familiar with, and like texture applications and the animations. God, that would, like, the stress of that alone is already a lot. But then add on top of it, you have an IP attached to it as legendary as Warhammer. Like, Warhammer has such zealous people behind it, speaking as one of them. So yeah, you fuck up bad. Like, they will never let you live it down. Yeah, it's just bad. I will stress this though. I would argue that gamers, like, throughout time though, have been pretty good at aiming. Granted, there are always gonna be the nerds or the super fans that take the rage out on like even the low run like 3D animators and 3D designers. But I would argue most of like the nerds get that it's not the devs most of the time. It's usually the publishers pushing the game out before it's ready. Most of the time. Certain things you can absolutely blame the devs for. Like a good example of that would be Dragon Age Veilguard, right? That game from its inception on the dev level was shit. Let's not even talk about like the publishing side. But in this case, back in this era, it wasn't the devs. It was like the deadline and the stress and the anxiety of like what they had to do. And I would argue most gamers get that to an extent. At least I'm hoping I'm right when I say the most part. At the very least, you know, a few. Come on. But anyway, I will say, he's about to talk about Dark Age of Camelot. I didn't know, I never played Dark Age of Camelot. I think that was before my time. I could be wrong. I don't remember what era specifically Dark Age of Camelot was, but I do remember hearing that name at one point.
Well, having developed the Dark Age of Camelot, which had successfully merged PvE with its RVR system, Mythic was seen as the perfect studio.
Yeah, you were checking it.
Bring
The dev's a lot of time
Warhammer's
now.
brutal, war-torn world to life. In a time where the MMO genre had gained newfound popularity, people's expectations were soaring into the heavens. Releasing in 2008 with a stellar launch of 1.2 million sales.
Oh, that's pretty
many
good.
thought that, much like World of Warcraft, their MMO release was to be their crown jewel.
Hello, Havoc.
But
Welcome to stream.
as it would turn out, these numbers would only slowly dwindle until its eventual demise in 2013. Today, we're going to analyze the rise and fall of Warhammer Online, The Age of Reckoning.
Yeah, I am curious why it failed. Because, the little bit I've played to the private server so far, it's been a smooth experience. The gameplay feels smooth. Chapter 1, Origins.
Mythic Entertainment was founded in 1995 by Mark Jacobs and Rob Denton as Interworld Productions. Initially, the company focused on creating multi-user dungeons, or mods, which were the text-based predecessors to the MMORPGs. And in 1997, the company rebranded itself to Mythic Entertainment. They would release several titles during this time, but their most defining moment came in 2001 with the release of The Dark Age of Camelot, an MMO inspired by European mythology and featuring a three-realm system, offering a unique take on player versus player combat. It would be well received both by critics and players, particularly
Hey,
for its
9.1,
innovative
that's
mass combat,
pretty
realm
good.
versus realm, or RVR system. More importantly, its success would put Mythic Entertainment on
Wait,
the
they
map
had sieges
as
in
a
that?
major player in the MMORPG space.
How old, I don't know if anyone here, I'm totally unfamiliar with Dark Age of Camelot, but how old is that MMO? It looks old. It looks like Guild Wars 1 kind of era. Massive mismanagement, BioWare killed it, cannibalized the devs for SWTOR. Really? So wait, so SWTOR's development took away from Warhammer Age of Reckoning? Or wait, are we talking about something else now? Sorry. And almost threatened WoW, funny enough. Really? Dark Camelot almost threatened WoW? I don't know, just in concept, it's hard for me to imagine. Don't get me wrong, I'm curious about it just from the name, but it's like Camelot, old school fantasy of European folklore. I don't know. Personally, I think that's a bit niche, isn't it? Well, I say that, fucking, I'm nowhere to talk, I guess. War also has sieges. Ooh. We're definitely gonna have to experience that with the PvP then. EA merged the companies. Warhammer Online threatened WoW. Well, I know that at one point, Warhammer Online Age of Reckoning was referred to as a WoW killer, but and keep in mind, I don't like WoW anymore, so this isn't a biased perspective here, but this is just my experience with it as a former WoW player. Every time an MMO has come into the scene, whether they gave themselves that label or were given it by a fan base, it seems like it's as cursed as a Sonichu medallion. So, it almost never works out that way. Quite often when a game comes out that has the WoW killer title onto it, it seems like it's cursed. Something along the lines of the development, it gets screwed up. And with Warhammer Online, especially given it came out around the same time as Wrath, I don't think it ever had the chance to be a WoW killer. And again, I'm not being biased as a WoW fanboy. Just at that time, that was WoW's best expansion, narratively and thematically. I'll tell you this: if Warhammer Online had come out probably during the same time as Vanilla, with all the same systems, aesthetic, and all that, or even if it had come out just during Cataclysm, I think it would have had a better chance of beating WoW, but it had the bad luck of coming out during the era of WoW's greatest expansion. So I don't think it ever had the chance to do that. Maybe threaten their bottom line for damn sure, but as a whole, or taking top spot, that's bold. During TBC. Oh, it came out during TBC. Okay, I thought it came out during... Okay, I thought I looked it up. I thought it was the same year as... All right, my bad. Never mind. So if it came out during TBC, it definitely had more of a chance to be a threat then. Not that TBC was bad, mind you. TBC was awesome. But it, like, as awesome or as, like, iconic and as, like, huge as Wrath, not quite. So, yeah, but, yeah, if it came out during TBC, if it came in swinging, it definitely had a chance to, at the very least, come up on WoW's heels. That's for sure. War was never a threat. WoW was already too big. Rift made a dent. Rift. Wait, Rift wasn't. Well, we're gonna get off topic way bad with that. Social never was a threat because of the botched launch. Yeah, that's a rabbit hole in itself. But yeah. So, but anyway, moving on. We're gonna get into a whole huge rabbit hole here. If I don't get this video's gonna be long enough.
And it would often be compared to other popular MMOs such as EverQuest or Ultima Online. It would eventually peak at over 250,000 subscribers at its height, which was quite a lot at the time. So when it was learned that they were tasked with bringing in such a huge IP into the genre, there was much excitement. Almost as much excitement that you'll get by becoming a pro coder by using the learning tool.
God damn it.
Dev. Much like life itself, learning
Punched in the face.
can sometimes feel
Punched
like
right in the
endless
face
grind.
with an ad.
And as much as the world first 300 fishermen, world first Bloodcell Admiral, rank 14, Monotonous Adonis loves that. What if I were to tell you that there's a way to make it as fun and as engaging as a video game? With boot.dev, you can learn back-end web development in Python and Go while feeling like you're leveling up in an RPG. It's designed to keep you engaged using learning techniques from game design.
You're
not just reading theory,
this.
you're actually writing code from day one and solving challenges, shipping projects. Plus, it's self-paced, so you can learn when it suits you. As you complete challenges, you learn XP, levels.
I mean, credit to boot.dev a little bit there. If they've designed their whole training program and make it feel like leveling up, that actually does help people learn stuff, right? Is those little pats on the back that you feel like you turn it into a game. I find that the best way to learn for a lot of people is when you do make it more of a fun thing. So credit to them for doing that. But yeah.
Achievements.
Raid Shadow
preparing for
Legends.
a real-world career in back-end development. And if you ever get stuck, their AI guide, Boots, is there to walk you through any tricky concepts and asking you questions to deepen your understanding. And there's also an active Discord community there as well to help you out. Boot.dev really focuses on fundamentals and helping you build solid skills for your tech career. And according to Stack Overflow, back-end developers in the US earn a median salary of over $100,000 a year. So you can pay as much money as you want to not play your favorite game. If you're interested, click the link in the description.
Fucking WoW
and
token.
use
Don't
my
even get me
code
started
to
on the
get
WoW token.
25% off your
Fuck.
first month, or even your
Would you like
entire
to buy
first year
gold?
if you go for the annual plan.
Let's destroy the in-game economy.
In 2006, during its development, they would be acquired by Electronic Arts as part
Welcome
of
to
a
stream,
move to
the real
strengthen their
Guardian. Don't
presence
really care
within
about
the
AI.
animal market.
Fair enough.
And though this would bring many benefits, the biggest being funding for the project, it was accompanied by a looming shadow of destructive corporate influence, as EA at this point had been responsible for the acquisition and liquidation of many such game studios.
Right, yeah. I keep forgetting that EA used to be the universally agreed upon as the worst studio. Not studio, publisher. They used to be the worst. It's funny how Blizzard at this era was known as one of the best.
Pieces were in play, and development
It's kind of
continued.
interesting how things have
The bones
changed.
of the
I mean,
game
EA
would
is
be
still
standard
hated,
of
but
most MMOs in this mid-2000s era.
Blizzard are kind of up there
featuring
with them
a
on the
diverse
hatred
array of
market.
Character classes, each designed to fit within the broader context of Warhammer fantasy. Each were divided amongst their own racial lines, with each race having distinct classes that reflected their role within the Warhammer lore. For instance, the Empire and the Empire only could have classes like Witch Hunter and Bright Wizard, while the Greenskins featured classes like the Black Orc or the Squig Herder. Each of these pairings had melee and ranged DPS classes, tank, healing, or support that mimicked each other's roles, but yet still had variations in playstyle, aesthetics, and also lore. It was designed to maintain symmetry between
Ultima
the two
Online?
factions.
I remember,
ensuring that every
I
class
remember.
had some sort
I
of
never
a
played Ultima
counterpart
Online, but I
on the
remember
opposite
Ultima
side
Online.
in order to maintain some measure of balance, but at the same time, adding variety and uniqueness. They would also, of course, rely heavily upon one of their greatest.
I will say this, having now made a character in Warhammer Online, I will say I do kind of like their approach to character creation just a little bit more than some other MMO. This is gonna sound strange, but this is another case of like the little things like improve experience. I like that in the character creator, they have like the actual like standing representative races right in front of you, of like the different factions that you can pick, and they're standing right there. So it's the way they approach like actually presenting not only the factions to you, but the character creator from there, and like selecting, okay, which faction do you want? Okay, which race do you want? You can just click on them right there, and then you can go to the character creator and switch between the classes. Little things like that feel more immersive in your choice than I think like WoW has been doing it over the years. With WoW, it's very much menued. It's very like straightforward. It's very like, all right, let's get you through this and get you to the game, while still giving you options, to be fair. But I don't. It's very much still like, yeah, I'm playing a video game right now as you like create your character. It's all menus, it's all UI, and yeah, you have your character right there to see like, you know, previews of stuff. Body 1, body 2, yeah. So while, albeit I will say Warhammer Online has pretty lackluster like creator in. Granted, I've only made it orc so far, so maybe with like the more human-looking characters, they have more options that actually look more varied. But having made a orc so far, the actual like changes you could make on them, the war paint and all that, it's very lackluster in that regard. WoW definitely, even back at this period of time, beat them in terms of like aesthetic options. But it's that presentation of the character creation. It's like, okay, we're gonna zoom you in. It's very thematic. Both factions are standing opposed to each other with their banners ready to go, with all three of the races on both factions presenting themselves, and you could just click on them from there, and then it like zooms around and like moves you to like a different view. That felt more cinematic and more immersive than menus, click option, button here, button here, button here. The uniqueness of the classes and races is neat, especially since other MMOs, WoW, have completely abandoned racial distinctions for classes. Yeah. And I won't say, well, granted, I haven't played the latest expansion stuff of WoW, so I don't know if that's changed, but I did dip my toes into Dragonflight for like a month just to give it a shot. Spoilers, it didn't make up for anything. But when I dip my toes into that, I will say the character aesthetically, there's still a difference. But yeah, I get what you mean, like on a more fundamental level. You definitely don't feel the racial identity anymore in World of Warcraft. It is very unfortunate. I mean, as it is, I think a huge thing that helped kill that feeling and that vibe is the options of where you can start in World of Warcraft. Because now you can start in like the base the expansion zone of like your race. Like you could, let's say you're Night Elf, you can start out in Teldrassil. Is it still Teldrassil? Fuck. Point is, you can start in the Night Elf starting zone, and you can get like that vibe of being amongst the Night Elves, and get a vibe for their culture's aesthetic and like that vibe. If you start in humans, you start in Elwyn Forest. You start with dwarves. You start with the Ironforge and Dunmorog. But now there's another option that they actually, I won't say they default you to, but they definitely, I would say the game gives the vibe that it wants you to pick that choice. Is they have that all-in-one intro where, you're just like, oh, you're a member of the Alliance, the conglomerate community of the Alliance, and you have the exact same like narrative experience of going on that island and doing those same exact like quest stuff. Like that, if you do that, that kind of kills, I think, a lot of that unique racial identity that starting in like your race's starting zone had. So that's certainly something I don't like about modern WoW. Is granted, it's an option. You can still do the racial zone, but my thing is like, what if you're a new player and you're like, oh well, the game highlights this one first, and this is like supposed to be like the newer intro to the game, so it's better, right? I definitely think for like your individual race identity within the world, it is pretty bad, because yeah, like the identity is killed if you do that. If you do that particular quest line on that island. But let's go.
Strengths, an IP with decades of lore and history under its belt. The game's environments, character designs, storylines were all heavily inspired by Games Workshop's iconic tabletop universe, providing players with an authentic Warhammer experience.
For the most part.
Similar in a lot of ways to World of Warcraft, each race had their own unique starting zone, which reflected the aesthetics and culture of that race.
Which helps
Empire's
reinforce the
starting
identity
zone
of that
was a
race,
grim
which in
and
modern WoW
war-torn
really isn't much of a
landscape
thing.
filled with crumbling
Sorry,
castles.
I really
and
shouldn't be bringing up
corrupt
WoW all that
villages
much
and
about
chaos
this.
invaders.
But that's my
While in contrast, the Greenskin starting area was a barren wasteland where orc warbands clashed with dwarven armies in an eternal struggle for dominance.
And it's been dogging fun so far. I got to ride a catapult right into the dwarven fortress, and I got to cut down stunties left and right. It was so much fun. Gawking more could be shining upon me.
These environments were rich in detail and provided a sense of immersion that made players feel like they were part of this ongoing war. Many of the quests were inspired by famous battles or events from the IP's history. Players could participate in quests that pitted them against iconic enemies such as the Skaven or the Chaos Gods, while the game's main storyline focused on the eternal struggle between the Order and
I'd imagine
destruction,
if
with each faction
Warhammer
vying for
Online
control of
had
the
lived
world.
longer,
And though World of Warcraft
they would have
had
added
become
more
wildly
races to
popular
play. It would have
at
been
the
cool
time,
to play
the
as
Mythic
Skaven
took
in
over
like a
development.
different
They knew
expansion
that
of
competing
Warhammer
with it
Online.
required a distinct vision, rather than attempt a straight replica
Squig!
of World of Warcraft's blend of PvE and PvP combat. They wanted to create a game that instead emphasized large-scale warfare, which they believed was truer to the Warhammer universe. To this end, one of the game's primary selling points, much like the Dark Age of Camelot, became its realm versus realm combat, which was a system where players could engage in large-scale PvP battles to capture territory.
Which
for the
is a strong
faction,
selling
complete
point
with
for
its
a lot
own
of people, I
progression
think.
system. The developers wanted the players to feel like they were part of this epic ongoing war that extended beyond individual battles and quests. It was framed as an integral part of the game's storyline, with the ultimate goal being the sacking of enemy capitals, which would be possible if a faction dominated enough zones. Drawing inspiration from the AOC, it divided the game world into 3 conflict zones, one for each race: Empire versus Chaos, High Elves versus Dark Elves, and Dwarves versus Greenskins. In each zone, players would engage in battles to control strategic points with
This does bring up like a big point with like MMOs though, specifically MMORPGs. I think it can work in like different types of MMOs, but specifically MMORPGs with tab targeting and in this kind of design. This has been a debate for a long time, I think, but PvP centric or focused MMORPGs. There's a decent number of people who think that they're doomed to fail, because I've heard that a lot with what's it called? There's a crowdfunded MMO being in the works. Ashes of Creation, I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a big talk in like, you know, are like PvP centric MMOs kind of doomed to fail because there's a lot of problems with that design. Because I know the part of the arguments is like the if you don't have the ability to opt out of the PvP, that a lot of people have a problem with that, and I can see that. I certainly can, and obviously the answer to that would be, you know, hey, well, if you don't like PvP, then don't play this MMO. But then that means the MMO is going to lose out on potential members of the community and potential subscribers to keep the game alive and keep it funded. So it is a mixed bag, I'd have to say. Me personally, this is a little bit of my old school WoW bias, but I think the way WoW did it was pretty good. They had servers where you could do PvE and PvE focused stuff, and then obviously you could still do battlegrounds in those. You could still do a form of PvP in those servers, but open world PvP you couldn't do. And then they had PvP servers where you could do like the large scale PvP in the open world, and you could switch between them as like depending on your mood. It's like, okay, am I going to be in a mood where I can deal with being ganked and deal with getting like killed randomly in the open world as I'm leveling up and trying to get ready so I could participate in those fun big open world PvP sections. It's a bit of a debate, I think, but I think that was the best form of PvP. Is that option. It's like, okay, you have a whole server, but if you commit to that server, you're stuck with it. You don't have a choice. You nut up or shut up. But you can still have characters in other servers if you still wanted to play WoW, but you didn't want to put up with ganking and stuff like that. I thought that was the best form of it. That's my bias, though. The RVR has campaign has sieges, by the way. Yeah, and I think the sieges would be fun. Like that'd be fun to do. Especially if you can actually see walls crumble apart, though. That'd be fun. The problem with adding more races is that by lore, there is already zero reason for Dark Elves to join with Chaos and Greenskins. Correct. And there's minimal reason that Greenskins would join with both of them as well. Greenskins are known to mercenary themselves out to other factions, but at any point, on a whim, effectively, they can turn on their allies. So yeah, the lore-wise, they're already making concessions just to make that a separate faction from the the alliance equivalent here, the order, the forces of order. So they're already making concessions there. Is it that much more of a concession to add races on both sides? I would say not really at that point. If you've already made enough concessions to say, hey, the Dark Elves and the Greenskins and Chaos would all work together, at that point, it's like, okay, just start at, like, as long as the faction barely makes sense to work with these other ones, then just roll with it. Then again, they could also add a third faction, although that itself comes with a debate, I suppose. But yeah, the overall gist of like my thing is, I don't necessarily think a PvP centric MMO is doomed to fail, but it's a very fine line that they have to manage, if that makes sense. Because you definitely got to put in safeguards to an extent. I guess the easiest way to do that is like have like starting zones up to a certain level, kind of restricted, or what's the term? Instanced out of being accessed by high level players. I think that's the easiest way to handle it, at least from the start, and that way let the players get their foot on the ground and then get used to it, and then they can jump into the open world PvP after they get out of the starting zone. But that's just kind of one thing I'm throwing out there. I do think it can work. I'm actually hopeful that, again, I think it's called Ashes as Creation. I could be wrong, but I am hopeful like MMOs like that do have a place and do have a decent amount of potential success awaiting them. I don't like the idea that they're doomed. And I don't think they're doomed. I just think it is a very hard and fine line system you have to work out before you go in. Havoc says, I think PvP MMO could certainly work. PlanetSide and Eve are very PvP focused. True. PlanetSide, specifically PlanetSide 2, though, that's not an MMORPG. With like a leveling system. There is leveling, and don't get me wrong, there is like unlocking gear and stuff like that, but it's not the same. It's more, it's a Battlefield style game, right? Where like open world tanks and stuff like that, like in terms of like your starting equipment versus the guy who's played like tens of thousands of hours, you still can beat him, right? Like he doesn't have like hardline numbers that are better than you, like strengths, attributes, dexterity, intelligence. Like it comes down to skill and practice, really. And obviously it's a little bit harder to beat a high level player in PlanetSide 2 with starting gear, but you still can. Meanwhile, if you go up as a level 1 in like World of Warcraft, for example, back in TBC versus a level 60 plus, you'd die. Like you'd have zero chance to beat that guy as a level 1. So that's like the finite difference here. And Eve, I don't know too much about Eve, so I can't counteract or confront that one. But yeah, I do think PvP MMORPGs with open world centric PvP can work. It's just a fine line system. All right, let's continue.
Victories contributing to the overall war effort, and as one faction gained dominance in multiple zones, they could eventually lay siege to the enemy's capital city, and the sieges themselves were monumental events involving dozens or even hundreds of players on each side. Defenders had to repel waves of attackers, protecting key structures and NPCs, while attackers aimed to break through city defenses and reach the final bosses. In theory, it would create a deeply engaging, large-scale PvP environment. It would foster a sense of teamwork, where the whole server was encouraged to band together in defense or offense against enemy factions. But theory is one thing. Creating such a system was fraught with challenges, particularly in balancing ambition with accessibility. Games like World of Warcraft at this point catered to casual gamers, and Mythic had to decide how much to cater to the hardcore PvP audience, while also ensuring that the more casual players felt included. But for now, exactly how they would do that would remain to be a mystery. Nonetheless, this RVR system would become their crown jewel, and they had seemed to stake their entire game on it. Another innovative feature that set it apart from other MMOs at the time was the public quest system, which allowed players to engage in these large open-world events without needing to form groups. They had multiple stages, each building in difficulty, and often culminating in a climactic battle or boss fight. For example, the first stage might require players to kill a number of weaker enemies, and the second maybe would be a mini-boss or protecting another NPC, whereas the final stage would be this very large-scale boss fight that required coordination from all participants. And at the end, loot rewards were distributed based on each player's contribution to the quest. The system was quite unique at the time, and it would promote a cooperative experience while...
I would say, because I would say definitively, this definitely came out. Trying to remember like when the original Final Fantasy XIV Online came out. I'm pretty sure that that came out in 2012, right? Or was that A Realm Reborn's re-release? Shoot, I can't remember. Well, I'm just gonna run under the assumption that the original release for Final FF14 was 2012, and if this was back in the TBC era, well, we were talking about development right here, but we talk about the TBC era. I would argue if, at least to some extent, potentially Final Fantasy XIV's open their events or their fates system that they have was possibly, maybe not directly, but tangentially related to this idea, like the public questing, because that's essentially what a fate is. Granted, a lot of the fates are more simplistic, like quests, like, oh, kill this enemy or collect this item, that kind of thing. They usually, very few fates are in like numerous stages, right? But I would argue like Final Fantasy XIV, whether indirectly or not, OGFF14 was 2010, so close. Ooh, then they probably, and I can't say as definitively they were necessarily inspired by that. Then they might have been. But yeah, fates. So that's what I'd like to compare, like public quests or like the public event quests in Warhammer Online, because I've experienced 2 of them so far, and they were fun, and they are a unique mechanic, but they're essentially similar to Fates. OGF 14 was 2010, so close. Transmog also came out with this game. Really? This game was Transmogs? I have a joke with, I have a joke there. I'm not going to say that.
While reducing the need for solo grinding or questing and creating a dynamic.
I'll say the PG version of it. WoW picked this. WoW picked at the corpse of Warhammer Online. Then it was like, we'll take that, and fuck off, and then pissed on the grave.
PvE experience. Another key innovation was the Tome of Knowledge, which was an in-game encyclopedia of sorts that tracked the player's progress and achievements while also serving as a lore compendium. It offered a unique mix of storytelling and gameplay, and rewarding players for exploring the world and completing hidden objectives. Players who delved deep into the tome could unlock cosmetic rewards and titles, and additional lore snippets,
Ow, my eye.
adding depth to the world. Though it may seem pretty run-of-the-mill by today's standards, this would be one of the first achievement-based systems to be released within the genre.
True, I get, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Because I looked at the compendium today, and yeah, my reaction was kind of, you know, just, yeah, par for the
Despite
course.
these
But
innovations, Warhammer
that's fair to
could
point
not
out, yeah,
escape
at that time that would have been
comparisons to World of
newer.
Warcraft. Released 4 years after Blizzard's hit, it was often labeled to be the WoW killer. Even though
Never
Mythic
do
and
this,
EA
by the way. Never do this, okay? Potential MMORPG devs out there, or if you are one right now, don't do this. It's like putting on the Sonichu medallion. Don't fucking do it. Do not label your potential MMORPG as a WoW killer. If it ends up killing WoW, let it do it naturally, but don't label it that. It's like it's a curse, I'm telling you. Every single MMO that has labeled itself a WoW killer has died. Not just like failed, they've died, or they've gone free to play, or they've gone into basically like abandonment mode where the servers are being maintained, but that's it. Don't fucking do this. I swear to God.
They distanced themselves from such claims. However, the comparisons were inevitable.
Well,
given
thing
that
is,
both games
I love that comment too. What if I declare WoW as the WoW killer? Ironically, that is the only WoW killer that will WoW kill. Say that 5 times fast. But that is the only thing that'll actually kill WoW is WoW itself. That is all that at this point, with how ingrained and how addicted hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people are to World of Warcraft, the only thing that will kill World of Warcraft is World of Warcraft and Blizzard. So don't label other MMOs a WoW killer. It's like putting on that damn medallion. You will be cursed.
At a high fantasy setting with similar core mechanics such as questing, leveling, and faction-based PvP. But the differences were significant. While World of Warcraft excelled in offering a balanced blend of PvE and PvP, Warhammer more leaned heavily into the PvP content, particularly with its RVR system. As with any MMO project, Warhammer's development encountered numerous challenges and delays. Initially slated for release in 2007, the game faced several pushbacks due to various technical and design hurdles. One of the biggest obstacles was the complexity of the RVR system. Balancing large-scale PvP with compelling PvE content proved to be more difficult than the developers anticipated, as this massively complex RVR system dominated most of their focus. Additionally, the team struggled with server stability and technical issues during testing phases. These massive battles, which were meant to be the hallmark of the game, caused significant lag and issues, leading to performance problems that would haunt the game even post-launch. When trying to pin down exactly what made World of Warcraft so popular, some will mention its casual-friendly nature, others its endgame systems, some simply timing. But what's often overlooked,
what I would say is all of the above. What made WoW so popular is all of it. I think a lot of the time people like say like, oh, it's this thing or this thing or this thing. It's all of it. It's the web of it. It's not just one. It's not one strand of the web. It's every strand that held it together. You take out any of those strands and that web is going to be infinitely weaker, right? That's why WoW was WoW it was. It's not one thing or one major thing or this thing above everything else. I mean, there's a couple of things you could certainly say were more of a contributor to WoW's success, but honestly, it's all of the above. Like, it's literally all of the above. It's not just one thing. WoW had fun, engaging PvP. It had awesome quest lines and fun and engaging gameplay. It had a very smooth character creator, very immersive zones and beautiful vistas, engaging systems. It did, if any one category had been lacking, WoW would not have been the giant that it has become. It's lightning in a bottle in many ways. So it's just, that's one thing I would hazard people not to get stuck into mentally, is when you talk about World of Warcraft and like talk about how it got to the top of the line. Don't try and narrow it down, because that's your first mistake. It's not any one system that put WoW at the top. It was all the systems together. Personal opinion.
Are the basics. The gameplay felt smooth, natural, and fun. When you pressed the button, an ability came out, and it simply felt good. This was the result of a lot of polish over a 5-year development cycle that Warhammer simply lacked. Even on high-end systems, it felt clunky and unnatural, and it was something that was immediately noticeable
frame rate
to
of
anybody
this
coming from
footage
the
is
world
rough.
of Azeroth. Though it had more than enough innovation, what it lacked was this foundation for which the players got
Oh, you
to
filthy bastard. You rolled
experience it.
need.
It also
You didn't even
suffered
look at the
major
item. You didn't even...
balance issues. Although
It's just
the
like,
classes
item,
were
I will
mirrored
roll
in
need anyway.
archetype, they still varied and held unique gameplay styles, and while this would be advantageous in providing variety between the two factions, as well as identity, it would also create balance issues where some mirror classes were vastly superior to the opposite faction's counterpart.
Warhammer!
Despite the setbacks, release day drew closer and closer, and facing pressure from their publisher, EA, the development team made their final push to release a game that, at the very least, is
I only ever
playable,
went to like one
if
midnight
not
release. I think it was for one of the
hamstrung.
Halo games.
After a 3-year development cycle, Warhammer Online: The Age of Reckoning finally launched in
like the
September
conventions and stuff
of
like that, like-
2008. To great
It
anticipation
would be so
and
fun to go to one of those.
expectations soaring
Back in the
into
heyday, I guess.
heavens,
These days, not
EA
so
and
much.
Mythic spared no expense in their marketing campaign, which highlighted the game's key selling points: massive PvP battles, immersive lore, and a focus on faction-based warfare. The tagline, "War is everywhere," encapsulated the game's emphasis on conflict and RVR combat. This marketing campaign played heavily
Whoa, what
on the
was that?
Warhammer IP, drawing in not just MMO fans, but also diehard Warhammer fans who had long
Miniwargaming.com.
awaited a faithful video game adaptation of the beloved tabletop universe. Trailers showcased epic battles between armies of order and destruction, and promotional materials emphasized the game's focus on war and conquest and grittiness. Initial reviews were generally positive. Many praised the game's innovative public quest system, which was a breath of fresh air at the time, as well as its RVR mechanics and the faithful recreation of the Warhammer fantasy world and strong visual design in particular, which stood out against the more cartoony aesthetic of World of Warcraft. Because of this and the general hype, the early months saw over 800,000 players registering
Wait,
accounts
whoa, what are they diving
with more
for?
than 5
Sorry, I am listening to what he's saying, but they dove for something.
aesthetic of World of Warcraft. Because of this and the general hype, the early months saw over
I can't tell. I can't-
800,000 players
what the
registering
hell?
accounts, with more than 500,000 subscriptions by the end of 2008. A respectable figure for a new MMO in a post-WoW landscape. They would not hold these figures for long, however, as their main hook, RVR, continued to face issues post-launch. Balancing the two factions proved to be quite difficult, and one would commonly significantly outnumber the other, leaving the undermanned demoralized by their constant defeats. On some servers, this imbalance was so severe that it caused mass exodus.
Yeah, and that's a big thing as well about open world large scale PvP. Because it's not like a queue, right? Like it's not like what's a good example? It's not like matchmaking in like other PvP modes like Battlegrounds, right? You know definitively in Battlegrounds and World of Warcraft like how many players are going to be in this match. As a numbers game, you can't overpower each other. That's controlled to make it more fair, to make it more manageable. But with open world PvP, that is something that needs to be acknowledged as one of the big risks. And when you have factions, when you have like hordes that band together, it's a big risk. It's a big because all it takes is just a sect of players on one side to just say, okay, we're tired, we're not going to play anymore, or we're fatigued, and we're not going to play. So now the scales have now been tipped, and now one side has more players, even if it's just marginal, and then they're going to start pounding hard against the other force, and then more. That's just going to cause a domino effect where more and more people are going to get fatigued because they're losing and they're losing and they're losing and they're losing and they're losing, and eventually it's going to come down to only 10 to 15 play. Obviously, this is a huge exaggeration, but let's say just 10 to 15 players are left even trying on one side just because they're stubborn, while the other side has hundreds of players that because they're winning, they're hyped, their morale's up, and they're going to keep pushing. That's one argument for why open world, large scale PvP MMOs are kind of doomed to fail. That is an argument I think is fair. Yeah, because that's how do you handle that? How do you manage that fatigue and that balancing? There's really no way to do it. In matchmaking based PvP modes and MMOs and stuff like that, that's easily managed. It's okay, it's a queue, it's 6v6, it's 3v3, it's 4v4. Or even if it's larger scale, let's say it's 60v60, there's still at least a set number of v, number. So, and then it's all queued up, the numbers are balanced out, and if they're not balanced, the game doesn't launch the mode yet. It waits for players to queue. That allows that fatigue to not set in, and also because it's a mode, it's more finite amount of time in a Battlegrounds, for example. Whereas in open world PvP, you could be doing army v army for 10 minutes, or you could do it for 6 hours as you're trying to slam into each other. It's it is a big question of how in the hell do you balance that, and how in the hell do you combat that fatigue when all it takes is one side to start kind of crumbling, and then it's just going to be overpowered. So I'll tell you this, I have no idea how to approach that issue, and I don't think I would say if I'm going to be a little bold here, I would say there might not be a way to approach it. So that I think that is what might be a fair argument for why open world large scale PvP MMO RPGs in particular are kind of doomed to fail.
This is of players further exacerbating the population issues and leading to frequent complaints about uneven battles as Mythic struggle to address it in meaningful ways.
Well,
as for city sieges, they would prove to be one of the most technically challenging aspects of the game, as the performance issues weren't addressed.
Is that a brand new Sigismund model?
The large number of players involved still led to significant server lag and performance issues, especially during peak hours. The technical limitations of the game's engine struggled to handle the sheer scale of these battles, and many players found themselves frustrated by input lag, crashes, disconnects, and so on. Mythic would work hard to patch and optimize the game post-launch, but these performance issues persisted for much of the game's lifespan. The endgame content, as expected, heavily favored PvP players. Unlike World of Warcraft, which offered a mix of raid content and PvP, Warhammer's endgame revolved almost entirely around city sieges and large-scale RVR battles, and while this was appealing to the more hardcore PvP audience, it also had the side effect of alienating a significant portion of the player base who were more interested in the traditional PvE endgame activities, such as raiding and high-level dungeons. This would create a divide between the player base, with those who preferred PvE content failing to find the kind of polished raiding experience that World of Warcraft offered. Another significant factor contributing to its decline was its lack of consistent and substantial content updates. This was caused largely by the game's rushed launch, as initial patches were primarily focused on addressing the numerous technical issues, which was crucial and necessary, but it also left little room for new content. And while some updates and new content were eventually introduced, they were often too little too late. For example, the Call to Arms expansion, which was released in June of 2009, nearly a year later, added a new high-level zone with PvE and PvP elements, and although it was well received by those remaining, at that point, many players had already left the game for greener pastures. The comparisons to WoW were an ever-present elephant in the room. During this period of stagnation post-launch, WoW continued to dominate the MMORPG space.
I mean, I'm certainly guilty of comparing it to WoW throughout this reaction, but that is always gonna be a problem with any new MMORPG on the market. Ashes of Creation isn't even out yet, and that's being compared to WoW massively. It's been compared to WoW since it was like very first mentioned. It's an inevitable thing there. I don't know. Yeah, like the pillars that I'm definitely seeing why Warhammer Age of Reckoning fell. The big thing. I think the MMO would have lasted longer if it weren't for the technical issues, because they could have focused on making new content. But because they had so many technical issues and they had to fix that first, it definitely sounds that, and the PvP balance, the PvP fatigue that always ends up happening in these MMOs. Yeah, okay.
Base, regularly releasing expansions and content updates that kept players engaged. The Wrath of the Lich King expansion, which launched in November of 2008, that is a couple months after Warhammer, introduced a wealth of new content, including raids, dungeons, a new class, as well as a steady delivery of major content updates. It was clear WoW's polish and content breadth was hard to match. By the end of 2008, it had already released 2 expansions, which added substantial new features and further solidified its dominance within the MMO market. And though World of Warcraft suffered similar issues to Warhammer at its launch, in 2004, it was released to a relatively niche market.
This is back when Blizzard were actually likable, too.
This was a leisure that Warhammer wasn't granted, as disappointed players had a sprawling and active and immensely popular giant awaiting their return.
Management.
Tensions weren't high with just the player base, but also the development team, even leaking into the public eye. In 2010, an anonymous ex-employee of Mythic Entertainment, going by the pseudonym EA Laos, made waves by posting a scathing blog entry that leaked internal details about the development of Warhammer and criticized EA's handling of the project. The post offered a rare and unfiltered glimpse into the behind-the-scenes struggles at Mythic, and it painted a bleak picture of the game's troubled development, to say the least. According to the post, EA's acquisition of Mythic brought with it unrealistic deadlines, financial constraints, and corporate pressure that stifled the creativity and potential of the game, and went on to claim that EA were more concerned with rushing it out to the market rather than ensuring its
that explains the technical
success,
issues,
leading to the release of an obviously
I'm not shocked at all, though.
Product.
I will say
the leak
that
garnered significant attention within the community, particularly
I'm not
among
shocked.
those who were already aware of the game's shortcomings. Many saw it as a confirmation of their suspicions of the game's
publishers v success. Success 0. Publishers infinity symbol. They always seem to fuck shit up. God damn it. I kind of want to go on a corporate a rant about corporate culture destroying video gaming, but I think you guys know exactly what I'd say. So
troubled development, and it would become one of the most infamous and scathing leaks.
And there's a place for business mentality with games, but it doesn't belong anywhere near development.
As in November of the same year, a glitch in their billing system severely impacted the game's already dwindling reputation. Players discovered that their credit and debit cards had been hit with multiple charges in rapid succession, instead of being billed for their usual monthly subscription fee, which was $15. Some players were charged for several months or even years of subscription fees all at once. In the most extreme cases, they found themselves being billed hundreds or even thousands of dollars in a single day. These unexpected charges caused their bank accounts to be severely overdrafted, leading to bounced payments and overdraft fees. The magnitude of this error varied by player, depending on how long they had been subscribed to the game, or God help them if they had multiple accounts. Once the issue was discovered, Mythic issued a public apology and began working to rectifying the situation.
And refunded, right?
But at this point, the damage had already been done, and the incident sparked outrage among players, many of whom were...
I'm concerned he's not mentioning the word refund. Okay, I'll say this. That's as bad as Bethesda's fuck up with Fallout 76. No, sorry, that's worse. That's worse. Ordo Manos, welcome to the stream. This is Mad Season Show, right here. Make sure you guys subscribe and leave a like. And in the video of this that'll get uploaded on the channel, I will be linking him in the description and in the description, and his channel will be linked in the description. And pinned comment is assuming that the settings work for that, because I've had issues with like I've tried to preset a pinned comment before clicking publish, and then the pinned comment disappears. That's happened a couple times. But anyway, but what the fuck? That is so bad. Charging years, if it is true. Is this not confirmed? Mad Season Show is talking about it like it's confirmed, and lots of people are reporting it. So I'd imagine if it was one or two trolls, people would have like figured it out really quickly. And if the studio actually tried to rectify it, that means that it is true. I'd imagine. Refunds, consumer rights in the gaming industry. I know. Ha 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 ha. What the fuck?
already disillusioned by the state of the game. For many, this was the final straw, and they canceled their subscriptions immediately after.
I mean, to be fair, that's a final straw no matter what the other circumstances, right? Like, if a game charged you, like, you agreed to a monthly subscription of, okay, per month you could take out $15 dues from my account. Only 15, though. And then out of nowhere, they charge you for 22 months worth, or like 12 months worth. Hell, even 7 months worth would piss me the fuck off, even if the game were perfect. They took the money right out. The billing thing was true. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. But it's like if you got charged like a shit ton out of nowhere, that like you wouldn't trust that at all. You'd be like, okay, yeah, they might refund me now, but the fact they did it at all, like that shakes your trust hard. You're like, okay, I'm not paying for this game if like out of nowhere it's gonna cost me $3,000. You know, people live on a budget all the time and barely make room for this stuff. So it's what the fuck. Like, even if, like, let's say, like, none of the other issues were happening, the hyper focus of PvP, the PvP attrition that was happening with a lot of people, the lack of updates, the technical issues, even if none of that was happening, this alone right here would cause a lot of people to drop out. Even if you weren't one of the people overcharged, right? If you heard about it, you're like, well, shit, I only got $400 in my bank account until my next paycheck. I'm barely living as it is. I can't afford to get randomly have my entire life ripped apart by a video game. Even people who weren't affected would bail. Like, this is not a small, like, this in and of itself knocks down the foundation. All the other things, this is Jesus.
Incident.
This is
the charges were all eventually reversed, but
okay, good.
Not before significant damage had been done to the game's decreasing reputation.
I was waiting for that word of refund.
To decline,
welcome,
the features that the game
Tritarch.
staked everything on had begun to crumble. Public quests started to lose their appeal as they were designed to be tackled by groups of players, but as server populations dwindled, many of them would be impossible to complete. Without this critical mass of players within the area, the later stages of a player quest, particularly the boss fights, became impossible. But even more destructive was their crown jewel, RVR, which became smaller and smaller and even more imbalanced as outnumbered factions became frustrated and threw in the towel. Contrary to the game's slogan, war was not indeed everywhere.
Oof. Yeah, yeah, I agree, Ordo Manos. Yeah. Or Manus. I apologize if I'm saying your name correctly.
The initial success of Warhammer Online was short-lived. While it launched with a sizable player base,
How did I
due to
never
these
hear about
issues,
that?
They began to decline quite rapidly within the first few months, and by early 2009,
I feel like I would have heard about it. I was very active in Warhammer forums.
Around 300,000.
Well, yeah, Warhammer
and
at the
by
time.
the end of
yeah.
that year, the number had dwindled even further, even lower than that of their
Warhammer and
previous
Warcraft
MMO,
forums.
the Dark Age of Camelot.
I should have heard about
As
that.
its
debacle. I
population
don't remember that
continued
at
to
all.
decline, the imbalance between order and destruction became even more problematic, and as there were now very few newcomers, even with added incentives for outnumbered factions such as increased experience and renown gain, there was little hope for a solution. It wasn't long until Mythic was forced to merge servers in an attempt to consolidate the remaining population and create a healthier environment for RVR battles and such. But alas, the move was seen by many to be just another sign of the game dying. EA, at this point, had begun to play an even more significant role in shaping its trajectory, and as history would show, in the wrong direction. Much like any MMO, the development of Warhammer had been quite costly, and EA expected a return on their investment in the form of strong subscription numbers and sustained revenue. So as the player base began to decline, their willingness to continue investing into the game diminished, and therefore their power over the developers increased. The dev team was gradually downsized since it wasn't making enough money, and of course with fewer developers, that meant fewer updates and expansions. And despite their best efforts to reinvigorate it with patches and new features, it became clear that Warhammer was no longer a priority for EA. The even slower pace of updates frustrated even the most diehard fans. And
yeah, there
by
was
2013, EA made the decision to shut down the game entirely.
There was also
and
going
on
to be a
December
40k
18th,
MMORPG,
their
but
servers were permanently closed, bringing an end to the game's
that
tumultuous
never made it
five-year
past the
run.
conception stage.
After the dust had settled, like many other abandoned MMOs, the phoenix arose from the ashes in the form of emulated servers. The game's most hardcore community refused to let it fade into obscurity, and in the years that followed, a group of passionate players and developers launched private servers to keep it alive at all costs.
I've been playing in.
Of these efforts is
we've been playing
Return
in
of Reckoning,
today,
which has been running since 2014. They would reverse engineer the game's code, and they rebuilt the server infrastructure to allow players to experience it once again, maintaining much of the game's original content, but also introducing new features and balance changes to address some of the issues that had plagued the official release.
That seems to be a trend. It really does, doesn't it? And I will say, so far, Return of Reckoning has been actually quite enjoyable. Granted, I was still on my first character in the very, very early levels, but it feels definitely like it's harkening to I would argue a better time in MMO history. Man, but I did not. Yeah, I swear I should have heard about that the refund thing, like the overcharges. Because I was active in the Warhammer and Warcraft forums. Well, not Warhammer Online specifically, but Warcraft-related forums and online chat features. I feel like I would have heard about that, but no, I don't recall ever hearing about people getting charged like crazy out of nowhere for Warhammer Online. It's so weird. I heard of Warhammer Online. I heard about like the PvP stuff. Granted, I never played it until last week, but damn, I did not know about that. That should be on the list, the short list of one of the most legendary fuck ups ever. Wow. And by all accounts, it's a small fuck up in regards to what it takes to do the fuck up, but it's a fuck up you cannot recover from.
Successful in sustaining a large player base, its influence in the genre is hard to overstate. Several of its core mechanics, particularly the public quest system, Tome of Knowledge, and also RVR warfare, left a lasting impact on the genre, and they were adopted by other games in various forms, such as achievements in WoW, fates in Final Fantasy XIV, or dynamic events in Guild Wars 2, to name just a few.
Hey, FF14 Fates, like I said,
adopted a similar large-scale faction-based PvP system where players could fight for control of territory. And in general, this idea of territory control, where battles have a lasting impact within the game world, became a staple of many MMOs and online multiplayer games in the years following its release. It was a game built on bold ideas, to say the least, and if only for a while, it seemed like it might become a major contender within the genre and offering a unique alternative to World of Warcraft. Looking back, Warhammer Online represents both a cautionary tale and a source of inspiration for MMO developers. It serves as a reminder of the importance of balancing ambition with practicality, and for those who experience the highs and lows of the game, it'll always hold a special place in the history of online gaming. An interesting experiment that, while flawed, paved the way for future innovations within the genre. And it seems that the story of Warhammer within the MMO world is not over, as in 2023, a developer named Jackalyptic Games announced the development of an upcoming
I did
Warhammer
hear about
MMO.
that. I'll talk about that in a
Not much
second.
else is really known at this moment in time.
I'll tell you this. I don't have any faith in that project. Not necessarily because like I don't know anything about Jackalyptic Games, but I don't trust modern MMOs, like pretty much period. I just don't.
But past and
I'll
new
elaborate
fans
more.
alike are currently awaiting in eager anticipation for details on a possible redemption. As the MMO landscape continues to evolve, Warhammer Online's legacy endures as a symbol of both the challenges and the potential of large-scale faction-based warfare in online games. The lessons learned from its development, rise, and decline will undoubtedly continue to shape the future of the genre for
And
years
my
to
worry
come.
is they're gonna learn
Thanks
the
for
wrong
watching
things.
my video. This is a possible new series if you guys enjoyed it. The idea is to go over other MMOs or video games that have been shut down
Oh yeah, Conan
and
had
covering
an
their
MMO.
development, rise and fall in a historical and analytical way. I'm sure there's room for improvement, so let me know if you have any suggestions.
I only have
or
one.
If you have a game that you'd
Everything
like
else
to
is
see
perfect,
covered.
Mad Season,
And
but I only
aside
have
from
one.
that, don't forget to like the video if you liked it, because I'll see you in the
I already
next
liked
one.
it,
Peace.
and all y'all should like it too. Yeah, my only like thing I would urge Mad Season to do for these videos or this series, maybe tone down the background music volume just a little bit. It's not completely overpowering you. I mean, a couple times it kind of did, but it's just a little too loud. You're, no offense, man, but you're a little bit of a monotone, even keeled speaker. You're one toned throughout most of it. So it especially doesn't work with you to have a very loud music. And it's loud is probably the wrong word, but it's loud enough that at times it was certainly taking me away from what you were saying almost. So just like a couple more decibels down, and otherwise beautiful. Lovely video. And for those who watched the upload of the video of this reaction from the stream I'm currently doing, make sure you check the description and the pinned comment for the links to both Mad Season Show's video, The Rise and Fall of Warhammer Online, and a link to his channel as a whole. Check out his content, support the original creators of any reaction you may watch, all that fun stuff. And yeah, I I did not know any of that for the most part. I mean, I knew about the PvP. I knew the broad strokes of Warhammer Online, but this definitely cured my my curiosity about like why it fell. Yeah, it seems like it had a couple things. It just had like the worst storm of things. Other things, it was definitely incompetence, like rushing it out from EA. EA seems to be behind a lot of deaths of games and studios. Shocker. Damn. But, you know, and to kind of bring up something before I end the video portion of this, where I'm still going to keep streaming, don't worry. But before I end the recording of this, I do want to like bring up one thing that was mentioned earlier, is the trend we're seeing with a lot of old school MMOs that fell or were closed down getting private servers. Because that has been the trend for at least a little while. Because it happened to City of Heroes. Actually, if you really want to like analyze it, it happened with Vanilla WoW and TBC and Wrath all getting private servers themselves, like Nestarius and stuff. Like that game WoW wasn't even dead, but they were bringing back to life its heyday. And then you also have private servers that are still currently going for City of Heroes, which that MMO was so fucking amazing and never should have died. You know, with Homecoming, and then you have Return of Reckoning for the private service for Warhammer that we're playing right now. You have all like so many of these communities that were hardcore behind these games miss them so much, and it's so telling that in the market right now that they have such a lack of options that people are are going to the effort, because this takes time, this takes money, this takes a lot of spare time on people's parts, and a lot of these private servers are free. Like, they don't even ask for donations or anything to like maintain server fees or anything. That takes a lot of dedication. That's how awesome these MMOs and these communities and these games were back in the day, and that's how hungry people are for those experiences again, that they're willing to go to the extent of bringing these games back from the dead, because there's just nothing filling that void. World of Warcraft isn't even filling the void of its own prior expansions. It's nuts, man. And it's kind of sad. And like I said before, I don't have a lot of faith in the upcoming MMO for Warhammer. The new Warhammer Online, I guess, is what we'll call it for now. I just don't have any faith in it. Like, I don't have faith in modern game development for the most part, and especially on the MMO side, because I'm thinking of like, hey, what's like the latest MMOs I could think of that have come out, and technically one amongst that list is you know, you got Throne and Liberty, which is very much a pay to win game. That's why, you know, and I for a while I was pretty forgiving of that system because it was free to play, but eventually I burnt out on it before I even made max level. Outside of Throne and Liberty, you got a bunch of other like Korean style MMOs. Really, when it comes to like Western MMOs, we're not really getting anything lately, and honestly, I don't think they're, monetization wise, I don't think they're gonna be any better. The Diablo clone one, can't even remember the names. Yeah, exactly. Like Havoc, like nothing is memorable or iconic or as impressing upon as what we grew up with, like what we had back in the heyday of MMOs. Like, I can't think of anything that is as good nowadays as, you know, Warhammer Online even so far, or Star Wars Galaxies, or SWTOR in its original vanilla launch, or, you know, I guess patch 3.0 was pretty good. But, you know, like, you looking back, the only good Western MMOs right now that are on the market are pretty much private servers. Like, I wouldn't describe World of Warcraft as a good MMO in its current state, personally, if you compare it to the heyday. I guess compared to its contemporaries right now, WoW is, I guess, the best option. But I don't know, you put it up against the heyday in its current state, and it's just lacking in so many ways. A SWTOR right now is lacking in so many ways from the heyday as well, because it's such an easy MMO. Like, it's not even an MMO really. It's just it's a single player RPG where you occasionally run into people. Honestly, it's just I can't think of any reason to have confidence in upcoming MMOs. I mean, who knows? Maybe this game from Jackalyptic Games will be like the Space Marine 2 of MMORPGs, where it's harkening back to the heyday of things. They'll ask us for an upfront cost of the game for like $60 and say, hey, we also have a monthly subscription to maintain the game. And then that's it. Like, there's no cosmetic in-game shop, not even that. There's no in-game purchases. They're like, that's all we ask from you, and we're going to give you an experience that has like the graphic fidelity and the systems that we can get away with now with Jacket Charge. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm saying maybe, and I'm going to give them that maybe with a huge lint towards highly unlikely. But I just don't see it happening. Like, as much as I'm like the most optimistic end of my brain wants that, I just don't see that happening. But yeah, this is the end of the video recording of this reaction. Thank you guys so much for watching on the YouTube front. Hope you guys enjoy this. And please, if you would like to join the streams that I do, by the way, my stream audience, I'm not ending the stream yet, but for the recording, I'm ending it. If you're watching the YouTube video of this, you know, again, check out Mad Season Show, link to the description in the pinned comment, both the video and his channel. Make sure to leave a support. Make sure to leave a huge thumbs up and subscribe. Do all that fun stuff for him. And if you feel so inclined, make sure to subscribe to Asmogan over here, and also leave a like on this reaction. And I will see you guys next time on the video front. And if you guys are interested in coming on to my live streams, I take reaction requests as I stream. You don't have to super chat or anything. You could just throw one out in the chat, and if I see it, I'll be happy to check out some videos you might recommend. And yeah, I stream 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays between the hours of 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Outside of all that information, I'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye. Alright, recording's all set. I do have to run to the bathroom, but let me switch back to game view. I definitely got server kicked while I was doing that. Hold on. I would have been surprised if I wasn't kicked. Like, how long was that recording? Like an hour? Alright, I'll be right back from the bathroom, and then we'll continue. Alright, move it. And I'm back. Sorry about that. There we go. Mirror of the Past by Jonathan Mann is got a Necroid boy on the thumbnail. Mirror of the Past by Jonathan Mann. Ah, okay. Sorry, Mirror to the Past. Gosh, yeah. This one too seems to be one of the few flickers. Oh, sorry. Alright, I misread that. Space Marine 2 seems to be one of the few flickers of light in the darkness. It really does. I've been very happy with it. Like, it does feel like a game from, like, the heyday of stuff. Hello, you gits. Are you singing the praises of Gorky Milk? You better be, otherwise I'm gonna punch you. Right over them stunties in them mountains. Alright, so... who do I turn this into? Fish on the Taskmaster Pigdush. Pigdush? It is Fobdagog. Pigdush. 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 Where is Pigdush? There is Pigdush! I gotta say, okay. Where is Pigdush? I want to speak to him. I got information and stuffs to give him. Where is Pigdush? Asma, have you seen Steel Coffin? A 40k fan animation worth a react. Steel Coffin. I have not. I will add that to the list. Steel Coffin. How long is it? video was. If it's depending on how long it is, I can do it today potentially. Revenue mail. Oh, hello. As well, I also recommend Project Morningstar. Project Morningstar. Alright, let me add that. I actually probably should make a. I'll make a notepad document. That way I don't lose track of any recommendations. Alright, so I got 2 recommended. There it is. Stew. Alright. Put title to it. React requests. Steel. Coffin. And Project Morningstar. Project Morningstar. Boom. Gotcha. Jonathan Young has been doing 40K songs. Speaking of, I did not expect this. I've been getting those recommendeds. I've only listened to one of them. I usually don't have. I've seen them. I just didn't like have any point where I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this. I guess I've just seen the recommendations all at the wrong times for like my mood of music. Steel Cough. Oh, they're short. Okay. Oh, Lord of Possums, thank you so much for the generous super chat, my lad. Thank you so much. I love the generosity. Hi, I like your response to Warhammer has a problem. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, that was probably one of the easiest like debunk videos I've ever done. Like I said in the video, sometimes God just throws you a layup. Like it was super easy. All right, let me also write down who requested what. A couple minutes and it's in parts. Okay. Gotcha. Project Morningstar. I sometimes fat finger these. But yeah, like I don't like that. Let me save it on my desktop. Requests. Yeah, that people are adding me now on Discord, aren't they? Yes, they are. Okay. I got that set aside. Also, one thing I want to check with the game settings. Alright, sorry about that. Wait, what is this? Account entitlements. Okay, that opened nothing. I guess the answer to the question is, what is the account entitlements? Nothing. There you go. I want to make it so I can alt tab out of the game without the game like closing. There we go. But yeah, the response video to Adam something was super. It's actually, again, it's very shocking how much that guy got wrong. Like like you would think statistically. This is why a part of me thinks the video might have been rage clicking, and the guy was... Oh, shoot, I'm stuck. There we go. Was rage clicking. It's because, statistically, even by accident, he should have gotten at least one thing correct. Outside of the general description of 40K at the very beginning of his video, he didn't get a single thing right. And that, for me, that feels intentional. It feels like he avoided getting anything right, so... Maybe it's just a cynic in me of like assuming everyone's just playing a game, but I don't know. Like that was, as the guy was just reacting using other people's reactions. As on the guy would. Wait, what? Oh, Adam something? I mean, yeah, he did, like, because if we break down what he cited in his video for sources, right? He didn't cite a single book, which, off the bat, if someone can't cite a single book for their stuff, in a if it's a live stream, it's one thing, right? Like, if you're live streaming and, like, someone's ranting about something and they reference stuff and they're like, you know, they don't have the exact page or book number, right? But if you're making a video, right, where you're editing it, you're writing a script, you're putting it together, do the decency of breaking down, okay, boom, I have these links, boom, I have these sources I can put in. But all he cited for sources was a less than 1 sub YouTuber, who, granted, I haven't seen their content, so I don't know how good it is. But them, and that's kinda it. Oh, there he is. It's on the other side of the map here. It wasn't even a consistent thought of his own. Yeah, I mean, it's... mostly bad content. Oh, did you check out that channel? Answer me this. Did my suspicions about the Doge memes be correct? Is that guy just another wokey as well? Because that's what it's weird. I keep, like, running into those, like, woke channels, and for some reason they all use the Doge meme, like, a lot, and I don't get why. Hey, me this my Warhammer is not to buy the boob. He's a lefty, yeah. Ah, okay. What is it with the wokies and the lefties using the Doge meme so much? Like, don't get me wrong, Elon Musk is using the Doge meme for a big move he's making, but he's making it funny again because of the circumstance. But the Doge meme on its own, using it for, like, humor purposes, kind of doesn't hold much water. Alright, so I wanted to try out the PvP, so let's do this. Join solo. Join. Or whoops, was there... Old Dwarf Road. Does it matter which one I choose? Yeah, let's try the Old Dwarf Road. Doge is ours now. So I think they know how to use, which they don't. Yeah. Shiba Inu are cute. That is true. The funny thing is, like, when I was younger and I worked as a stalker at Walmart, I was a midday stalker too. I was stalking a shelf, and an older Japanese man, and I don't mean Japanese just by heritage. I mean he was a Japanese. Like, he was a tourist in Maine at the time. It was summertime. He was pushing around a Walmart cart with a Shiba Inu dog in the cart. And the dog was chill as fuck, dude. He looked stoned, if anything. At first, I thought it was like a big plushie. And he walks by, and I do like a double take at the dog because I'm like, what the? Whoa, hello. Dog's just chill. And he looks at me. He looks at the dog. He looks at me, and he goes, Shiba Inu. I went, yes, sir. It's a very cute dog. Thank you. And I'm not being racist. That is how he spoke, and that is what he said. I'm quoting. And you know, I did the normal Walmart thing of like, hey, you know, sir, can I help you find anything today? And he said, I'm looking for, and he took him like a minute, and he said, I'm looking for toys for a dog, for a Shiba. And I was right there by the dog section. I was like, oh, it's right there, sir, just down that aisle. And he went, thank you very much. And he went, I'll never forget the interaction because the whole time the dog is just like, stuff's happening. That was one of the chillest dogs I've ever met. Yeah, drama queens, no. I don't know, the one I met wasn't, but... Not quite husky. Oh, huskies! Don't even get me started. I have owned a husky. Huskies are terrible. Oh, huskies are so bad. Like, it doesn't matter how you raise them, they will shriek and they will rant and they will argue with you. I just gave you a treat. No, we can't go outside. You have to take a bath. So, oh my god. Yeah, they're like the teens you never wanted, and they never grow out of that stage. It's like teens you never wanted that never stop being the teens you never wanted. Alright, so while that's going on, I guess I'll also... Alright, what quest do I have in here? Speak with Butcher Kormoth. No one.
What you's looking at? Go do it.
Kill 5 dog soldiers.
Huh? What you want?
Why don't they have quest markers over their heads?
I got no shinies. No shinies at all, boss.
Whoops. I didn't mean to learn this. Can I unlearn that? Is this like WoW where they only give you like 2 professions?
I got no shinies. No shinies at all, boss.
No, I don't want to do a race.
Come on, kid. I got something for you to do. Bye-bye, boss.
Bubba's having a great time. Huskies are... Oh, sorry, I almost read that a second time. Yeah, never again. I'll never own a husky again. I mean, my girlfriend, who I'll tell you this, as like our relationship is right now, I definitely see us marrying. She says just vehemently she definitely wants a husky. And I'm like, and I've told her the stories of like the husky we owned, Trevor. And she's like, but I still want one. I'm like, have you not heard a single word I've said, woman? They're loud, they're obnoxious. In the middle of the night, they will fucking wake you up with the howling and the barking. And they're also they are high energy dogs. You need to walk them all the time. I would walk them. I'm like, you're not listening to me.
Careful, I bite.
One collecting, one crafting, if I recall. Reckon correctly. Typical woman thinking. Pretty much. I can never see owning a husky again. They're so bad. Means by she'll walk them is you will walk them. I'm aware. Oh god. The way you said the dog's name, Trevor. What, Trevor? Trevor was a bane of my existence for a few years. He was so cute when we got him because he was a 2-year-old puppy. I guess at that point they're no longer a puppy, but he still acted like a puppy. He's just a little 2-year-old, and he's hyperactive, high energy. And my dad's like, "Oh, you know, you could train that out of him." And I did everything I could to train him out of it, and it didn't work. And I didn't go soft or easy on him. He just was stubborn. All right, I'm looking. Oi, oi, oi! Gokimok, gokimok, mok, 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 gok, 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 gokimok, gokimok, gok, 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 gokimok. Trevor was so bad. Fun fact, my mom named him, and she named him after the frog pet that, I almost said Dudley, not Dudley, Neville. That, Neville from Harry Potter had. And he said it was such distaste. I mean, yeah. He was a good dog. I mean, at the spirit of things, and I cried when he passed away, but never again. No, never again. He was so bad.
Hey, what are you looking at? That's it, boss. On your way.
Oh look, ogres. This queue's taking a long time. Maybe, maybe I'm just unlucky with what time of day I'm trying to... Click join all? Wait, hold on. Alright, hopefully one of them will ping. Oh, crumbling 1-2. Gnawbone. Hunt down the wolves and roam me across Bloodhorn and Ekrond in order to find the Gnawbone Grublug. Requires find Grublug on the main road when done. Oh. Yes, and those demos better join all. Okay. Well, hopefully it pings off. Oh look! More orky friends.
What's yous looking at? Get a move on! This is the job! Just do what I say!
I just grab a series of quests and we'll just start doing those while we wait. I'm also looking for Butcher Cormoroth Squig Pounder. I'm hoping when it says Squig Pounder, it means beating him and not, you know, the other kind of pounding. Yes, I know orcs are androgynous. Well, actually, are they androgynous in fantasy? I know they are in 40k. Can't remember, because I'm trying to remember what the carryover between the two is. Alright, let me move around, I guess. I'm trying to figure out where... Because I do want to find the butcher. But I'm not sure where I'd be looking. Hello, Dark Resurrect. How are you doing, my good friend? I hope you're having a splendid day. I certainly am. Orcs are still mushrooms people in fantasy, but they're still all a bunch of gates. True. I guess the question is, are they fungal people with dicks or fungal people without dicks, though, in fantasy? I mean, I guess a fungus wouldn't need a dick. Period, so... they probably don't have one. I mean, that's good then. Good when you think about it. Because imagine you're a human village, right? And you're getting raided by orcs. Silver lining. Not as bad as beastmen in terms of what they'll do to the women. They'll just kill them. I mean, they could also enslave them. Okay, well, they're at least hopefully likely to just beat the women to death. Enjoying a nice cup of salt. Oh, I get it. After the Ace video and subsequent dive into it after. Yeah, I'm planning on checking out Ace's. I know he made another video on Dev. I went to go check it out, but it was a premiere, and unfortunately, I was trying to stick to my stream schedule, so I didn't want to skip out on my stream today or delay it just so I could watch the video. But I'll definitely check that out. I'll probably listen to that while I'm at work. I don't know how long was Ace's video. Is it hellhole? Oh, I've seen screenshots of some of it. V also lost his pay. Did V actually finally cut ties with that dick? 11 minutes. Oh, okay, sure. I'm not sure. I'm gonna stop looking for Squig Pounder. I'll probably find him randomly at some point. Wait, no, there he is! God damn, I was walking right past him.
Go throw yourself in a wall.
How about you show yourselves in a wall, you git? How rude.
Alright, so where be... KRUMP de Rebella. KRUMP de Rebella. Okay. Oh, hello.
Yes. I'm ready now. Send me to war.
Dev Stab V in the back. Shocker.
Alright, I'm in party 1. This ought to be fun.
Wait, do we just get off here, or...? Oh, shit.
Ah! No! Gork and Mork have abandoned me! I am stuck! Ah! Help me! No! Ah!
God damn it! Does this work?
Help me, what, boss? Me go be stuck. No, not this way. I want to die crumping something.
There, okay, there we go. Ooh. Okay, boom. I phased into the side of the ship. Alright, where be me lads? Okay, just up ahead.
Alright. Time for war. An enemy. 2 enemies.
God damn it. Oh shit!
No! Don't fucking kill me! Gork! Mork! Why have you abandoned this skit?
Damn it. 5v1. I could have taken him. Getting to this since I love retail so much. How is it? So far, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I can't give you any comparisons to retail or launch. Oh, can I know? Yeah, I can't give you any comparisons, unfortunately, to how it was back in the day, because I never played Warhammer Online back then. But in terms of my experience thus far, it's been pretty fun. This is my first time jumping into like a PvP match, though. One of the skirmish ones. So unfortunately, I can't. I can only say so far pretty good, and it's free. I just gotta look up Return to Reckoning. Doesn't cost you any money. So if you want to try it out, no risk. Oh shit. 3v5. Yeah, this ain't going our way. Oh well. Yeah, that tracks. Thanks for the rundown. No problem. Those you consider as friends? Yeah. Alright, well, I do gotta... Targeting. Target nearest enemy. I'll do that. So far, we're doing pretty rough. It doesn't. It seems like the order of destruction is very few in this match. Get a piggyback ride from a goblin. Ah, shit. Oh yeah, you don't say. It's currently imbalanced. You don't say. Don't say. Couldn't have guessed. Ah, shit. Hey, Peters. How you doing? Yeah, you get a ride from 3 goblins on a horse costume. That'd be fun. God damn it. Respawn me already. Ah! There we are. Yeah, that tracks. I'm assuming we're not being listed in order. But that went poorly. That could have gone better, that's for sure. Let's see. I got some renown points out of it, I guess. Silver lining. At least my faction controls Man Bloodwound. Alright, let's go into those rebelling gits. I'm curious if the Realm v Realm open world PvP is gonna... Curious. Oh, hold on. Taskmaster, do you go? Yeah.
Come on, come on, come on! Oh, it's got a job for you. Go do it!
Well, I've got to get some lunch and then dive into the hell of finals. Oh, you're finals? Oh, have fun, man. Catch you later, Asmo. Catch you later, Havoc. Thank you for hanging out and shitting out. It was good having you. Arr! No, bird piggy. You know hit walk hit you. You know crump me, bastard. Boom. There we are. Should be an area on the map overlapping with Ekrond. Gotcha. Bad piggy. You know hit Asmogan. Asmogan, it's you. So I'm supposed to kill Krumpa de Rebella. Krumpa de Rebella. Okay. What is the fuck is that sound? Right in my ear. Is he in a mountain or something? Well, there's the... Oh, wait, hold on. There's a cave over there. There's a rebellion oak right there. Oi, get
down here! Gawking Mork would have you fight me fairly.
Oi, get. Back off. Get on it. Get on it. Go for the soft spot. Target must be facing away from you. Oh, I can stab people in the back. Let's move that over to Shift D. And note to self to remember it. Also gonna move my mount off of a key. There we go. Should be put it in stab, because that's what it is. Oh, stab. Shift tab, you mean? And why not? Do 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 do. Get stabbed. I crump you. You crump me. Everybody crumps our daily D. Wait, did I have a mission where I had to kill multiple of these guys, or no? I don't even remember. Quests. Rebellion boys. Did I already do it? Oh no, that's the one that says kill KRUMP de Rebella. I guess I don't have to fight the rest of them. Note to self. Alright, let's move down to Channels here. Pebblebacks quick. I got my baby back ribs. I got my baby back ribs. Have I picked up any gear better than what I got? Nope, can't use stagger. Oh, I forgot to use my minor loot bag. Do you have anything better? Templar's cracked tough chest. Oh, but I lose. I want to give him a proper crumping. That is true, lad. That is very true. Alright, you. Come over here. Oh, you can throw shit too. Fair enough. Turnabout is fair play. Dungeon's rather creepy. Ooh, lava rocks. Gimme. Yeah! Add that to your book of grudges. Ominous. I hear clashes in battle. It's another one of the orcs. Hello, lad. Goodbye, lad. And you did. I am missing... Oh, no. Oh, these guys are tall. Oh, yes. Do I follow him? Do I not? I guess I follow him. Why no? Orcs got to stick together.
Boy, get face.
I locked out big brothers to do some crumping. There's another one, lad. Ooh, he had a bunch of stuff on him. So how many we got? 2 more iron out overseas we need to put down like the filthy stunties they are. Mork wants us to do it with rocks, Gork wants us to do it with axes. That's the only difference. Either way, they're happy. Get stabbed in the back. Oi! Alright, so we gotta kill Hagrul the Iron Toe and Builder Iron Toe. That's the brothers. Well, maybe not brothers, but something. Shimmy smart boss. Silly runners stunties. Wait, hold on, what? That was easy. I guess Onar was the hard one? Oh no, Shimmy's level 40. That's why that went fast.
Do you see this, boss? This gobbo is tougher than we are. This will not stand. Gorky Mook will never forgive us.
Awesome.
Alright, where be the loot chest at, lads?
Oh, there's the chest. I placed 4th. How's that possible? There's only 3 of us. You placed 4th. Why did I get such a low score? Wait, what? Huh? It was only me and the chosen guy in there for the most part. Unless I missed something. Ah! You get...
No stabbing from behind, that's me job. Come to get stabbed. Shank you in the back. That's what I do. Did I kill you earlier? He came back. He's a stubborn one, he is.
So I'm looking for... What am I looking for? That's Slugger. I'm looking for... Kill KRUMP de Rabella. He is... Where? Tobias Mueller? Is that Mueller or Mueller or something? Oh, there you are.
Hello, Krumpa.
Bad news. Oh, shoot. My stab didn't work. Good thing you're weak. Ooh, I got dye.
Blood red dye.
Yes. Dr. Fuse, what's up? Are you brutally cunning or cunningly brutal? I'm brutally cunning. This is why Mork is my god of choice. That was Mork, right? Yeah, because Mork is cunning but brutal, and Gork is cunning but brooding. I easily mix them up all the time, so I have to check that.
Oh, you get. Go gain Mook, watching over me. Go gain Mook, watching over me. Go gain Mook.
Oh, I interrupted myself. Ah, oh, screw it. Oh. My bad. Walked right into that one, didn't I? Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to try out more PvP scenarios. I'd like to do that. Because that one went a bit rough. I feel like it'd be more fun if it was like more balanced teams next time. Alright, first things first, let me see. Give me the Iron Claw. And we will do this. There we go, we got dual choppers. Yes. Go, 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 go. And you turn this in to you.
I've got something for you to do. Sling your hook.
What do you want? Get to it.
Alright. So, I gotta wrap up the stream soon, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end the stream with one more reaction, and I will see you guys again on Wednesday. I'll probably do mini painting for a stream on Wednesday, and then on Friday, I will either play more of this, which will probably be the case, or play... I don't know, I'll look at my options. I've been thinking about diving into PoE 1, just to kind of refresh myself on the first game, because I know the second one is going into early access Friday. I don't have the money to buy it, so to buy it early access, so to kind of get my PoE fix, I might like play a little bit of PoE, but probably gonna play this, all things considered. So anyway, let me do this. Let's just switch views here. I gotta find the video requested. Steel Coffin from Nico. Steel Coffin. You managed to get your friend interested in 40k due to the orcs. Nice. Hey, that's how I got interested in 40k. I was introduced via the orcs. They're just perfect faction to get more people interested into 40k. I would concur. A lot of people use the Space Marines, and to be fair, they do have like the monopoly of lore and all that, but. Yeah, I'd say that, you know, I'd argue orcs are better. Because they're just more nutty and more crazy and more over the top. So I think if you're like a more fun-loving, like, excitable person, if you're more edgy or you like more like metal serious stuff, like dark stuff, then yeah, Space Marines are probably the way to go. But if you're dealing with somebody who's got more of a light-hearted view of the in the dark kind of thing, or like more of a crazy, excitable attitude, yeah, orcs are definitely the way to go. So Steel Coffin, I'm assuming Steel Coffin Part 1, Warhammer 40k animation. Okay. This came out a year ago. Okay. Alright, let's switch views. Alright, I'm going to start the YouTube recording in 3, 2, 1. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Asmogan, and today I've been requested by my buddy Nico to react to Steel Coffins Part 1, Warhammer 40k animation. Now, there is a Part 2. I'm probably going to watch Part 1 and Part 2 in this one video, and if there's more parts, we'll probably do it in a different reaction. But yeah, I know nothing about this. I know it's a Warhammer 40k animation. I love a lot of 40k fan animations. I mean, after all, one of the greatest on-screen expressions of 40k, both tonally and like animation quality, was a fan animation, that being Astartes. So I am very excited to check this out. So without much preamble past that, I will throw this out. I am recording this on a live stream right now. The live stream is here on YouTube. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I start the stream anywhere between the hours of 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I go for at least till about noon, so like 4 or 5 hours. But yeah, I hope you guys are interested. We'll check it out, and yeah, I take reaction requests all the time. There's a Part 3. Okay, well, is there only up to a Part 3? Do you know, Dr. Fuse? If there's only up to Part 3, then we'll probably do all 3 parts right now. But yeah, my buddy Nico requested this, so we'll jump right on into it. And as always, when it comes to reaction content, make sure to check out the original creator and the original content before watching a reaction to it. The link to this video and the channel that created it will be provided in the description, as well as the pinned comment down below. So make sure to check that out, guys. Yeah, only 3 parts of it. All right, so we'll do all 3. We'll do all 3 today then. So let's do this first one, and then we'll move on to the others. spoke once and we obeyed.
Beta 17,
Far away.
you're free to take off.
Copy that.
It's really loud.
May the Emperor bless your journey.
It's looking professional quality already, damn.
Touching down in 10 minutes. Hear that, lads? Get strapped in.
Cinematop. Wow, okay. Holy crap. Alright, clever use of camera angles, minor shaky cam.
Winding 1 to fader 17. You're alone from now on.
I would love to see the storyboard of this, because this looks like an animation with a proper storyboard. I've seen some fan animations where it was very clear they might have had like the general one, but they didn't go like point by point by point. This feels like something with a point by point by point storyboard.
Yes, we are. Fasten your seatbelts. And touchdown.
This is so good. Wow. This is really good. I mean, there's little minor flaws in the effects, like you see a little warpiness around some of the vehicles, but I think that came out from rendering, I'd assume. They probably use, if I had to guess, they probably had to use Blender. Oh, is that it? Oh, they did the Astartes thing. Oh, I feel cock-blocked. Okay, good thing it's part 2. Okay. That was pretty, it was a pretty good start, though. That probably took them a hot minute. Like, the textures are really, really good, and the animation was really smooth there. Some minor flaws, I'm assuming, in the rendering process. Yeah, so because you guys saw like that little warpiness, right? It's most evident right here. Like, look right here. Yeah, it's a little bit of like, I don't know how else to describe it. Like a little bit of like render fuzz. But it's very minor in the face. Like, this is really cool. It's really cool. Like, the lighting is on point. Textures are sexy. Animation is good so far. I mean, this is professional grade. Yeah. Okay, part 2. Without any preamble, like they're rolling along. Okay, nice shot of the treads. That's pretty cool. I do like the speed they're giving the tanks.
We were better off on KRUMP.
Yeah, but the Talon need us.
Can't they manage on their own?
They suffer.
Oh, dude, look at the texture work on the faces. They had to those sculpts. I'm gonna say the model sculpt was. I feel like that was done in ZBrush. Not that you can't get that level of detail in the sculpting tool in Blender. You absolutely can, but it's so much harder. I don't know. And I'd like to think like when it looks like as good as that, it's done in ZBrush because that's what I was trained in. But damn, that is looking really cool. I'm also gonna say this is just I'm making an assumption. I could be wrong. We might see it later. But I think they also did a clever thing with covering their mouths. I mean, granted, this is a proper uniform for tankers anyway in 40K. So I'm not saying like this is out of place or anything. But like I do think that they saved themselves having to, animate the mouths, because mouths are a huge pain in the ass to animate, especially on people. If you do it on like a monster or something, you can literally just have their mouth go up and down with the words. Like, big maw and stuff like that. But if it's like on a human, obviously like there's an uncanny valley, and we know what another human being looks like when their like lips are moving in relation to the words they're speaking. So that's why lip syncing is one of the easiest things to catch in like a lot of like video games and stuff when it's not synced up properly, and why it bothers people a lot. So yeah, but like damn, that's looking good already.
Suffered a lot of losses during their last offensive, and their recon was shot down.
Shit, what happened?
Talon getting fracked in the desert? How ironic.
Enemy reinforcements arrived at a bad time.
They
Not
see
just
me
random bastards
rolling,
either.
they shooting.
I don't know, but whole sections of the front went silent without anyone knowing why.
And what did the Talon say about it?
Not a thing. but Command told us
Oh,
to
the
keep an eye
Talon, all the
open.
ooh,
Damn, these
references.
They never say any
Contact the specs.
2 clicks, 5 clicks.
friendlies.
Unlikely. We're still 40 clicks from the rendezvous. Prepare ambush positions. Cyrus, your bait.
Thrown, damn it.
Stop whining and get in position.
In position.
God, the models look so good. Camera work is on point.
Blue stick force 2.
Yeah, I would.
Three
I'm gonna say this is definitely on Astartes level. Because if you were to darken all of this and put it in like a night scene, it would look on par with, like, on par, maybe even a little bit better than Astartes does.
Firing. Left track out on the Reaver. Reloading.
Oh, they're dealing with rebels.
Good shot. Stick burning.
Oh wait, no, chaos. Potentially. That's not the chaos
That
symbol,
was
but
close. Damn it, Sarge! Fire on that fracking reaver!
oh, that's so cool. The inner mechanisms. That is attention to detail.
Gotcha. Last stake is trying to bugger off. I'm repositioning. Copy that, Nathal. Move up. Fire! Good hit.
I am loving this. The attention to detail, the animation on that movement was a little rough there.
Let's wrap this up. Fire!
I mean, it's so polished though. Like they took their time. And again, like factoring the mechanism with like the rounds being launched out. That is
Report.
so.
Everyone all right?
Affirmative.
Yeah, the hell are they doing here? We're in the middle of nowhere.
Probably a raiding
Yeah,
party.
voice acting on
Bypassing the front line
the voice
to
acting on the
rear.
girl there was
Planet can't
a
even
little
maintain
stiff,
a clear
but
front.
We'll have to warn the
very minor in the
escorts
face of
and
everything
next
else.
convoys. We won't always be here to clean up that mess. We'll tell them when we see them. Still 39 clicks out.
You sure the rendezvous's good?
Should be. Either way, we'll be in radio range soon, despite the interference. Looks like we just got within range.
Good. Give me a sec. Elusive Fennec. Dust Eye. Confirm meetup at Point Alpha.
Elusive Fennec, all clear.
The shots with the commander there look so fucking photorealistic and
ETA 30
scary.
minutes. Over and out.
Ah, God, that. Oh man. Alright, this one's way longer than the other two. Okay. Alright, we got a tech adepts.
Sir.
Captain Raider, company commander of the Talon 41st. Well
Talon
done on getting
Raiders.
here.
Sergeant Sakari, sir.
Love
Squadron commander of
representing the
Sultan 12.
regiments.
How are your troops?
We had a scuffle with a heretic patrol on the way here.
Did you deal with them?
Yes.
All of them?
Yes, sir.
Good. If you don't ensure you kill everything around here, then it'll kill you. Trust me. Any damage to the vehicles? Are your troops all here?
We barely took a hit.
Good. Follow me. Orbital Recon has finally spotted a fracking battery that's been smashing our guys for the past week. I want it gone.
Sir. What's the plan?
There's the mother of all sandstorms coming, enough to cover our tracks and keep us clear from air support. You and your men will act as point squadrons and lay up as overwatch on the position. Your auspexes are the only one we have that can work through the interference, so you will be our eyes during the assault.
What's the ground like? Can we reach their back line without being spotted?
We're already far behind the back line. The battery is only 30 clicks away. Not getting spotted is entirely up to you, but you made it this far.
And how do we get back?
Same thing. We get around and reach our lines.
Alright, not that I want to hyperfocus on the negatives too badly, because because again, like they've done the attention to detail, the work in here is so fucking good. But at the same time, you know, giving little criticisms here and there hopefully will only help them. But I like right there the idle animation of how he's standing. That is stiff. He looks like he's saying like, and what do we do here? And we see that's really stiff. And trust me, like I get it. Like having animated my own characters before, human characters are so hard. Like you can get away with animate. Like the less human something is, the more you can get away with in terms of how they move, in terms of how they feel. Unironically, it's probably easier to model and animate a werewolf style character than it is a human sometimes, because with humans there's a lot less forgiveness in the minor flaws, right? Of both like the actual appearance and the proportions, but also in the minor stuff like lip movement, lip syncing, head motion, idle, how they stand idly. Like it does stick out to me. Like it's these little things that it's so much harder to get away with humans than like with like a monster or something. It's because we all know inherently how a human should act, be, how we're as humans, we know how humans should be. That's like the crux of it and the key of it. So with stuff like this, I don't want to give the vibe that I'm saying like these are reasons this is bad. No. These animations from Steel Coffins is fucking amazing so far. This is again up there with Astartes. With these sections, these definitely bring it below Astartes. Like with the human movement and stuff, it's not that good. But those tank segments, the attention to detail, some of the lighting choices and camera angles they've gone with, it is high quality. I would say professional quality, borderline. This is just very, very good. But, you know, minor criticisms.
Back.
How stiff he is right there.
Same thing.
I would have had one of them like lean against a tank or something.
You have 15 minutes to reply and rearm. Dismissed.
I don't know what the tank division is in terms of regiments, but they're working with the Talon Desert Raiders.
Roger.
Which are a very renowned regiment.
Radio check over.
Well, at least amongst the fan base.
Sahari, this is Scout Team. Radio check over.
Okay, over.
What's your ammo status?
We're fully loaded.
I heard you'd only just arrived. Don't get too used to that. It's a nice change in my routine. Well, enjoy it while it lasts.
Only been doing this my whole life.
Your whole life, so far. Right, repositioning. Spearhead over.
Status of the heretics, over.
Mostly hunkering down in their barracks. Some of the SPGs are still firing, but we expected that. They seem unaware of us for a moment.
Good. We stick to the plan then.
We found a nice spot to sit on. Follow us.
That's a lot of artillery.
Sergeant, we're good to go.
Roger. Give me a minute. Out. Nathal, Cirrus, this is Sakari. Ready to go?
Natal, ready, over.
Nathal, okay. Out to you. Cirrus?
Cirrus, good to go.
Out. Ironhead,
Yeah,
this is Hornet.
no,
All
those
scouts are ready, sir. Over.
I'm pretty sure even like
Very well.
the smallest tanks are not solo crewed. I'd have to double check that, but I'm fairly certain that with the Lehman Russes, Even the smallest tanks the guard use, I think they have at least like a 2 to 3 man crew in them.
Alpha, advance. Beta, your weapons free.
My guess is they're trying to save on. They're trying to save on how many humans they have to animate, because they already have to animate quite a few.
Mind Beta on your 2.
So they're doing like 1 person, 1 tank kind of thing.
Priority targets? SPGs are on your 10, but you'll have to push through the embankments. Engage at your discretion. Roger that, Ornard.
Loving the las gun representation.
You've got an enemy squad regrouping on your 1.
Unfortunately, the goal, like, las gun should go like right through them. Oh fuck! Chaos Space Marine.
Sergeant, there's a heretic marine near the comm station, switching to hotshot packs.
Throne. Alpha, you have an Astartes inbound. Pull back.
Ah, optics are fracked.
Damn it! Driver, reverse full speed.
That's a brave. Okay. Oh, that's a good effect. Damn. Credit to the tech at it. Fuck. That's a brave fucking Mechanicus.
Priest, we have to scuttle the 2 disabled Russes.
I already gave orders.
Ammo in the tanks is rigged.
Good. The young Messiah will remember their sacrifice.
Aw, damn. It took me a second for my brain to process that. I want more, damn it. When was this came out? 2 weeks ago. Alright, well, I'm subscribing, and I'm liking, and I'm eagerly awaiting the next one. Damn! This is so good. This is so fucking good. Credit to them, man. Cybeck is the name of the channel. Cybeck. Holy crap. And like I said at the beginning, they're going to be linked in the pinned comment as well as the description. Damn. That is so good. I mean, there's some like minor flaws here and there with like some stiff animation. It's clear that their strength is definitely with like the precision details and like the mechanics of like the tanks and everything. Like the actual tank combat there. Their struggle seems to be with animating people, and trust me, I get it. It is not easy to even a running animation is sometimes pretty hard to do with people. So credit to them for what they were able to do though. Like there is so much here that is hard to do. I have no idea how many people worked on this. But to each and every one of them, massive credit. Voice acting could be improved upon a little bit. I don't think it was bad by any stretch. I wouldn't say anything in this I would describe as bad or horrible or unlikable. It's all really high quality. In terms of like 40K animations, this has got to be in like the top, I'd say, top 5. No, even like top 5, top 4. For sure. And it's better, it's better than things like Hammer and Bolter for sure in terms of quality, in my opinion. I really, really liked what they did here. Like the passion on display cannot be understated, and like that is really, really good. So all the crew behind this really needs to do, I think, is like work on their animation of people. And that's if they just want to like really like refine it. But the quality level that it's at and is on display is certainly amazing. Like, this is fantastic. Like, really, really well done. I didn't hear about these guys at all. That's strange to me. Like, I feel like someone should have mentioned this to me, like, a while back. But anyway, yeah, thank you, Nico, for recommending it, man. This was really, really good. That's gonna be it for the YouTube recording. Thank you guys so much for watching. And again, check out Steel Coffins parts 1 through 3. Make sure you check out the channel and the channel creators if they have a Patreon. Certainly consider supporting them, because stuff like this deserves some kickback. You know, like this is really, really high quality stuff. They're repping 40K in a way that GW struggle to do all the time, and we need to support and back our community members like these guys. Because this is amazing. So you know, thank you, Cybeck, for repping the 40K community so well. As a fellow 40K fan, love you. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to come to the live streams that I do, I'm streaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between the hours of 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. Sorry. That I am going to start the stream. I go for a few hours, and during that time, you can ask or request any reactions you'd like. You do not have to do so via Super Chat or any kind of financial means. Just simply show up, hang out, enjoy. I'll probably be playing a game, and you just throw in your recommendation, and I'm making a list. I'm checking it twice. And, yeah. Love to have you. Love to see you. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. See ya. All right, and that's pretty much gonna go for the stream as well. Yeah, because I'm gonna end there. I gotta get some lunch before I head off to work. I work night shifts, so I have a long night ahead of me. But it was very fun to stream today. Yesterday was fun dealing with Adam something and the aftermath of that bullshit. Yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Loved everybody who stopped in. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. And hope you guys are looking forward to more streams, more videos, more stuff going on, and hopefully a lot less Adam somethings to ruin things in the community we're trying to enjoy. Anyway, have a good one, guys. See ya.